Merry Christmas, friends, and welcome to Virtual Show. I'm your host, Wes. With me, as always, this Christmas and every Christmas for the rest of time, the ghost of Christmas past himself, my good friend Roots. Roots, Merry
Mm.
Christmas, friend.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. I didn't know I was the ghost of Christmas past. I want to be the future. He's cooler. He's a little
Oh
scarier
yeah, I
though.
mean, I guess it is a technology podcast, right? So the ghost of Christmas, the ghost of VR future.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and still there's still the gremlins and the Zoom bug and or in Roots' head. But everything's straight now, and I'm excited because I wasn't anticipating this impromptu conversation, so I'm excited.
Yeah, man. We said we would probably jump in at some point between the last episode and the 2020 show. And we just have some stuff that we've got to talk about, right? There are things that need to be said and heard. And I mean, I'm home, you're home. It's Christmas time. Everybody's here with balls on. And I think we need to get to it, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, but before we get started, I'd like to remind all of you who are new to the channel to please click the red button and subscribe. Click the bell as well to stay up with all of our content, including the incoming 2020 show, which is going to be a show of epic proportions, I would say, on just content alone. I mean, this is going to be like three shows in one, right?
It is, and there's gonna be a lot of keys to give away, which is gonna be exciting. And I don't know, man. I just think people need to make sure that they're there. Make sure, like you said, subscribe. And we're getting close to 900, so we're getting close to the last 100 yard dash push to 1,000. And I want to get there, Wes. I want to see what YouTube's algorithm can actually do because right now we ain't seeing shit, bro. We ain't seeing anything. Like we're lucky to have them push it a little bit, and I'm like very grateful for YouTube. I love you, and just show the world our stuff, please.
Yeah, we've got a few videos that they push, but they're older ones, right? Most of them, with the exception of our most recent The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners video. That video does still bring in viewers. I guess if you get so many views in a certain amount of time, they start to recommend it to people. I would assume because we're getting new people watching videos like that all the time.
Yeah.
Some of them pretty cool. Every now and then we'll get a jerkwad like we got the other day. I don't know if you saw that on there.
I didn't. I heard a little bit about it. I didn't see
Oh,
much about it, but
yeah,
yeah, a little
it was on the
controversy.
Vin. Yeah, it was on the Vin video.
Oh
Just a
no, I
guy.
didn't. No, I didn't see that actually. I thought you were talking about something else. Was someone's talking shit about our channel, bro? What the hell, bro?
Yeah, apparently we're shills, man. We're taking that Vin VR money to sell people a shitty game.
Oh my god, dude. Is that what it really said? Cuz that kind of pisses me off, bro, because one, we're not shills, and two, I almost can argue that Ven VR Adventure is absolutely one of the best video arcade games I've played. Let me move your source down, bro.
Yeah,
I
who's
think,
the ghost now, right?
yeah. Oh yeah, that's the window. Okay, well, it's not in this scene, so or it should be, but let me bring it
Well,
back here for a second and see what I can do here. But yeah,
well,
so go ahead.
to go to what you're saying, I think I know where you're going with it, and we're absolutely going to get there. But first, Roots, where are our manners? Let's say hello and Merry Christmas to our friends in chat. Scion, Roots, staying up past his bedtime to watch the first episode of the virtual show. And we've got Alakazam in the house. Factory life. I'm all about that factory life. The wife lurking as always. Mepper, Bitey, Mash Daddy Cool. Dude, Mash Daddy Cool here against all odds, fighting off the vid, bro.
I know, man, it's crazy, and I'm fixing things in real time, just so that's how things work. Yeah, dude, Mash Daddy is one of my favorite people, and he needs to fight that crap off, bro. Like, shake it off. Be glad you're not over 65, and you don't have 2.5 comorbidities. Those are the two things that will kill you instantly almost. Everything else, it's got a, I think it's a over 99.9% survival rate at this point. So I think you'll be good, but it does feel like crap. So I hope you feel better, bro. And the worst part about it, he's he's isolated from his family, Wes, for Christmas, man. He has to watch his daughter open Christmas presents over I guess Skype from a different room. That is shit, dude. That sucks, bro. But
It makes me wish. I mean, I know there's nothing like being there in person, but it kind of makes me wish that that he had my Lenovo, VR camera, because it streams, right? It can stream VR
mm,
video
ooh,
into YouTube, so he could watch it if he had the right, like a Quest and the camera. He could watch it in real time in 3D. Of
wow.
course, it's not like being there, but it'd be a little step up from the Skype jank and the Zoom stuff that we've had to deal with over the last forever.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, and I'm still trying to get over what you were saying about the Ven VR shill thing, dude. Like it's crazy because this game like may be one of my favorite games of all time of this genre. And it's to me it's up there with Astrobot, if not. I mean, I haven't played the entire game. I'm about closing in on the third world, but I've never played a game that was this hard, like this kind of game, dude. And that's what I want, man. It was challenging. It's still challenging. I'm at a point now where there's things spinning around and meat grinder shit, and there's all sorts of different robots doing. I don't know what's going on, Wes. It's getting out of control, bro.
So this should tell you all something, because normally my friend Roots here is not a fan of the tough and frustrating games. He likes a little challenge, but when it gets a little bit repetitive with having to try things over and over again, my friend Roots here tends to get frustrated and just nope out from time to time.
Mm.
But he's not noping out here. He's continuing to go, and he's making it. I mean, he's further along in the game than I am. So, uh, I mean, that should tell you guys everything you need to know. This game is absolutely phenomenal, and it is hard, and it gets harder as you go. Like, even like the first level, which is the easy level, it's kind of a move. If you get low on your lives, you can shoot back into the first level and you can pick up a bunch of extra lives. But even that, the easiest level, going front to back, you're going to die a few times in it, because that's just how the game is. It starts off, kind of hard, and it immediately starts ramping up. And let me be clear here, this is a good thing. And if the developers see this, please, please, Monologic Games. And again, thank you for letting us review your awesome game here. But please, if you take anything away from what we say here, take this away. I know that you guys are working on an update, and I know that the idea behind the update is to kind of make the game a little easier. Please, for the love of God, if you're going to do this, make it optional. Make it an easy mode, or even hell, make it a normal mode and leave the game as it is and just call it hard mode. Because, in my opinion, the game is perfect right now. It's absolutely amazing. It is hard, it is frustrating at times, but man, it's so gratifying when you finally make it to the end of one of these levels. And you know just I'd like to make note that the classic games in the genre, the classic platformers, were all like this.
Mm.
You had to die, you had to repeat, uh you had to repeat sections of the level to get the rhythm down, and this one no different.
Yeah, and it's just like you said, it's ramping up, and it just gets better and better and better. And I'll tell you, I had a moment today, Wes, because the last I've been streaming it, right? I've been doing a completion series on Twitch, which I'm going to do tomorrow night. I'm going to do again, and I I've been ignoring the notes. Like I just said, you know what? Fuck it. It's too much shit. I don't I want to just want to because I kept dying, right? Because it is difficult. And today I actually ran out of lives, and I was like, "Oh shit, maybe I should be getting notes." Because I had to start that level back over. But what you said about it being old school, the old school games, the way that the levels were designed was, um, it was very it was all timing. And if you ran through quick, I mean, you could really get good and you could skip through fast. And this is no different. This somebody, whoever helped develop the games, the levels here, they really know what they're doing when it comes to platform games. And they brought it into VR. It wasn't a game that was like, let's make a platformer and we have no idea what the fuck we're doing. We're just gonna make a platformer. I would love this game if it was outside, but it's so much better in, and it just looks so good. Everything about it, and that's why I'm so blown away. I guess this is my thought, and whoever made that comment, or any of these people that aren't reviewing Ven in the proper way, I guarantee they didn't play it more than one world,
He didn't.
maybe
He
a
didn't play
level
it
or
at all.
two.
He didn't play it at all. He was pissed off because the camera's fixed, and he thought the camera should follow Vin. Which, as you know, I disagree with that. And I very politely said, well, I disagree. I like the camera the way it is, but you'll be happy to learn that the developer is working on a patch that will change the thing that you don't like. It'll make the camera follow in. Now, this guy, I don't, is from some other country. I guess there's a language barrier there. And he took my disagreeing with him as some kind of a negative thing. I guess
Hmm.
that he thought that I didn't like his comment. So at that
Oh.
point, and it was kind of a rude comment the way he put it, but I didn't really mind. But when he came back at me, like he was pissed off, and he said all kinds of crazy dumb shit, and I
Mhm.
put him in his place.
It's 2020, bro. You never know what you're gonna get. But I agree, and I second this to the devs. Don't change anything. Like if you're gonna make a patch
Perfect.
for this camera, also make it optional, because some of what I love about it is the fact that I'm trying to do something across the fucking screen, and it's a hard times. I have a hard times. I see why. There's people that bitch about everything, man. Well, you're gonna get me bitching about you fixing the best parts of the game. Like Wes said, the fact that it's hard, and the place that I'm at now, Wes, there's all, like, there's all sorts of shit going on. I'm jumping around, avoiding this, to blades coming and things spinning around. I mean, I'm looking around the room when I first got in there, and I'm like, what is going on in this room? It looked like this. And she warned me. She warned me when I got in there, Wes, and she said, this is a crazy place. Be careful. I think it's called Don't Get Cut Up or something. Um, and I feel bad, Wes, because sometimes I fail and I see little Ven. He just gets mangled, bro. And I'm sitting back safe. I feel like a god almost, but I don't want to be, Wes, because I don't want to hurt him. So,
Uh, really quickly before I forget, Alexander Ritter says, "Does this work with Revive?"
hmm.
And I am happy to report to you,
Oh
Alex,
yeah.
that this indeed does work with Revive. In fact, most of my gameplay has come on my HP Reverb G2. And Roots, when you buy something like a G2 that's $600, and you've got Quest over here that you can get for three, and literally I could go buy a couple more Quests with that money. You're constantly second guessing your purchase, right? It's a beautiful screen and it's a good headset. And despite what people say, the tracking's good with it too. I enjoy it, but I've constantly been second guessing. One day I'll be happy with it. The next day I'll wonder if I did the right thing. Until I played Vin in that thing. And all of a sudden, I had this moment of perfect clarity
Ooh.
in more ways than one. Not only clarity mentally, but clarity in the headset. Because this game is absolutely stunning in that headset, and the 3D-ness. It just pops so much more in the G2 headset. So now I'm finally content. My mind is at ease. I did the right thing, and I'm keeping the headset without a doubt.
Oh my God, dude. You know what I just heard you say? Alexander Ritter is about to freak out, dude, because he says Astrobot was too easy for his taste. Totally agree. Finished Lucky's Tale. That was really fun and challenging. And Lucky's Tale has nothing on this game, bro. I am telling you, you're gonna die. When I first got into this game, Wes, and I even mentioned it in the last show, I looked at my wrist and I was like, why the fuck would I need like 70 lives or whatever it was? Well, I
Yeah,
forget what the old school
you
games
do.
were like. Yeah, as I like, especially where I'm at now, I just keep dying, bro. But like, I don't mind. This was my jam back in the day, and so there's a little bit of difference for me, and I don't know why it is from anything else. But if I die a bunch of times, it's just like you said. If the game's done right, which this one is done super right, I'm going to be figuring out as I'm dying how to fix it. Okay. Well, these blades, there's a pattern to it. How do I, what do I need to do? And it's just I don't know. I just keep getting blown away by that comment because this game is just so good. And whoever it is, you need to play this, dude. So
Yeah, I know, right? And like, I had the same reaction because you start the game off, you start the game with 20 lives. Like they give you 20 right off the top. And when I saw that, I said, oh my God, here we are, another participation trophy, right? Nobody's ever going to get game over and lose when you start with 20 lives. And by the end of the first level, you've got like 35 or 40, and it's just you think that it's going to be ridiculous, but look, man, by the time you get to the third level or like the fourth level, then you start to understand because you start falling off of these timing platforms like over and over and over again, and it takes practice to get through every little section. And let me tell you, Roots, what kind of relief do you feel when you can finally see over the distance one of those checkpoint blocks? Isn't this so like exciting because you're this close to getting past just a section of the level?
yeah, and then Lucy comes and pulls the football out from Roots' kick, and I
Yep.
go flying back and I die. That's how many times in my stream where it's just exactly it. You see it, and so I'm like, I need to get there. And then I'm like, I don't want to die. And then I think I've got 15, 20 people watching me. I really don't want to die. And then I die. And I don't know, man. This game is, I can't recommend it any more than I already have. I definitely think it's well worth, was it $30? Cost of admission, right?
Yeah, dude, it's worth every penny of it. And I was questioning that because I see 12 levels. And obviously, most of us agree that Astrobot Rescue Mission is kind of the gold standard in the genre. And gameplay wise, as far as the controls, as far as what you're pretty much doing the same thing that you're doing in Astrobot. And when you're comparing them, I mean, it's impossible not to. You look at Astrobot, uh, which was 20 levels, and then you look at Lucky's Tale, which was a few lesser levels, but was a little bit different gameplay wise. And then we've got this here that's 12 levels, and you think maybe the game's going to be a little bit shy on gameplay, but I'm telling you, it's not. Every level takes me somewhere between 30 minutes to an hour to work my way through, not because it's just super long. It's the perfect length. It just takes repetition and practice to get through each level, and they continue not only to escalate the difficulty, but the gameplay mechanics. What the game asks of the player changes as you go along too, as is the case with any great platformer. Um, the game draws you in more as you go, and I don't want to give too much away, but you kind of start the game as just this normal VR platformer. But by the time you get into the latter levels, you're no longer the spectator controlling the little guy. They actually get the player involved in the game so that, Vin's not fighting the boss. You're fighting the boss, right? And that is something that I don't think we've really seen that in one of these games yet, have we?
No, and it's one of the aspects that I think some people probably really bitch about or have a hard time if they're not good at this kind of game. Because, Ven's still there, bro. Like he
Hmm.
can, he can still die. So you're trying to do what you're trying to do, and you're having to worry about what he's doing as well. And you're running and jumping and doing all you're multitasking, And it doesn't matter if it's that level or if it's in general just some of the levels that I've been at where I've got things flying at me trying to grab me and I'm jumping and then I'm having to jump back and then I'm having to jump again to get to another moving platform, and as this blade's coming, there's just so much crap going on. But I love it. It's just like it's everything that I would want Ven to be, and I haven't even finished it. I've got one more level in the second world, and then I've got the third world left to do. So, but you know,
So yeah, simply put, this game takes some of the artistic aspects of Lucky's Tale. It takes some. It takes a lot of the platforming aspects of Astrobot Rescue Mission, and then it has a whole lot of gameplay and progression that really is all its own. I was kind of concerned a little bit at first in the early levels that it was going to be a little too much like Astrobot, but really as the game goes on, you really see how what an expert job these developers did of progressing the gameplay through the levels, and the game matures as it goes into its own game, and it's just absolutely amazing, and I can't recommend it enough.
yeah, absolutely. And there's a name, Pate Laros. I've never seen your name before. Thanks for stopping by. Says it sounds like a trial and error game, not really their thing. Looks pretty though. It's not a trial. See, that's a listen. Don't get me wrong, or us wrong on that. It's not trial and error, and it's skill based. You're going to be trial and erroring because you're going to miss the platform, or you're going to be, dying or whatever. It's not. It's more, you know what to do. You just have to actually be able to do it and time things right. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah.
so
It's
it,
not a guessing game, is what it's trying to say. You're not just picking things randomly and hoping that it works. You're not guessing, trying to find out what you're supposed to do. You know what you have to do. It's just not easy,
mm,
and you have to get the timing right. You have to uh, land your jumps in a precise manner. And then there's enemies. I mean, the enemies are no pushover. Even the easiest, most low level enemy can squirt you with some poison gas at the last minute and kill you as you kill it, and then you have to start all over again.
yeah. And the later enemies suck. They're hard, dude. They're cool, but man, it's just designed to a lot of places you have to keep moving, right? And so much going on, and that's why I thrive at it. I've always been good at this type of game. I love it. I could see where some people would be, man, this is difficult. And maybe for them the that camera they're working on will make it easier. I don't know if it'll make it any
I
easier.
hope not. I wish they would just leave it alone, Roots. Honestly, I think the game, if it isn't broke, you should not try to fix it. And this game certainly isn't broken. But I get what they're doing. They're getting ready to bring the game to the more populous VR platforms, Quest and PSVR. There's going to be a lot more novice VR players in it that aren't quite used to dealing with the 3D realm the way that we are, and they want to give those players an option to have fun as well. So I kind of get it. At the end of the day, they're trying to make money, and that's the best way to go about it, I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, as long as they don't screw up my experience and just let me have the hard mode, I'll be happy.
I'm just going to disconnect my computer from the internet until I beat this game.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're not updating my shit, bro. I'm never gonna touch it again. Actually, maybe we have to
So
just
so
cram it in.
so
Cram
here's
it
the
in.
cool thing about it: that each level kind of has this duality, and Roots has kind of been beating around the bush trying to explain it to you. Uh, the first few times through the level, they're designed in a way that you really have to take your time and get the lay of the land down and the timing and everything just perfect. But the level design is done so well that every level is designed to be in a speed run, uh, to the point that it's actually part of the package here, the replayability, because they have leaderboards, Roots. So when you go back in the level for the second time, you're being timed, and
Wow.
every level there's a perfect run that you can hit each section to where you don't have to stop. You can just run straight through the whole thing, if you get good enough at it and know what to do. So yeah, so it's like a tale of two games. You have your first run where you're being careful, you're getting good at each section, and then beyond that, you have your speed run, complete with local and global leaderboards.
I like to just try to barrel through it anyway, because like I said, I that was always the fun, was like just barreling through, especially the first time and making it. You're like, hell yeah, bro. And then you'd fall off and die. I don't know how many times I die right before I'm about to hit that block, and then you got to start over. That kind of sucks.
Well, they give you clues. With the ones that they really want you to run through quickly, they'll give you a clue of where you should jump just by where they stick those runes at, where they put the boxes at, and the boxes are kind of used like springboards. So like you can bounce from box to box to box to box if you find the pattern and know which order to hit them in.
Yeah, it's so cool. He looks so cool up close too, right? Except for I'm a
Yeah,
little.
man.
I was gonna.
It's.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm a little irritated with Ven right now because the last two or three times he wouldn't knuckle bump me, bro. Like he's too good for me or something. I don't know what his deal is, but at the
Uh,
beginning he was
he's
all
never
about it.
he's never left me hanging. I'm just gonna say that.
You son of a bitch, Ven. What are you doing, dude?
I do. I guess since we're talking about the visuals, I do have at least one constructive thing I could give the developers here, or one not so glowing thing, and it's really not a big deal, but it is something that I noticed. That is the background imagery. I don't know if you noticed this, Roots, but it's kind of like Vader Immortal, kind of this low res 2D kind of wallpaper around the beautiful level that they've built. It really, um, I didn't notice it all that much. You're always so zoned in on the game, you don't really look at that stuff. But if you do stop and kind of pay attention to the outer edges of the world, you'll notice that there's not a whole lot of detail out there.
Yeah, no, I noticed it. I think I mentioned it, a little bit of it the last show when we talked a little bit about Ven. Just the where I noticed it the most is like when you're in the spaceship and when you go forward and it starts to zoom in. I mean, it becomes clear that it's wallpaper. Just because it starts to stretch out and it doesn't look, it looks a little odd. But I don't know how. I mean, that should be pretty easy to fix, right? And like I said, everything else looks so beautiful, and I don't never even look at the background. But when I did notice that. So,
Yeah, I mean, literally, like some of these fire level backgrounds look like it's from the episode one Vader Immortal, like the exact same. And yeah,
plagiarism. I was just kidding.
Gamertag joining the chat. What's up, buddy? He says that he doesn't feel quite so connected to the lead character, and I guess I could kind of see that. I mean, he is kind of an evil bastard, right? They tell you, Roots. They tell you that you're saving these children from the evil Bruce Nelson. But what I see, Roots, I see this little dude who's fist bumping you and then going off and practicing black magic. Now, where does he get his magic from, Roots? What does he do when he finds one of these kids? Does he usher them away to safety? What does he do?
He sucks them up, bro. He's
He
stealing their
absorbs
soul.
their life energy. You
Yeah.
never see any of them ever again. They just disappear. So I ask you, Roots, who is the bad guy and who is the good guy? It kind
Mm.
of looks to me like Bruce Nelson is giving these children safe harbor, but he's just no match for the evil bastard Vin.
Well, what's crazy about that is now I'm just gonna start walking Ven right into the razor blades. Like, fuck you, dude. You're evil, bro. That's a good way to look at it, though. That's a 2020 view of it, like where you just
Where are they
flipped
going,
everything
Roots?
upside down, right? And said this is now reality. Bruce Nelson's now the good guy.
I'm talking to you, Monologic Games. Where are they going? Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, maybe they just. Oh, ooh, I know. Ven's got his own little version of Hermione's backpack, and he's just shoving them all in there. They're having a party in there, bro.
Pizza
Uh,
party.
pizza party, yeah.
Anyway, $30. I say go for it all day long. By the way, maybe you're a little strapped for cash right now. Maybe you don't have $30 to spend on VR Adventure. Well, never fear, friends, because a little bird told me that there just might be a copy or two, or maybe even three of these to go around in this year's 2020 show.
Wow, dude, there's gonna be actually. I was just looking at some of the games that we're gonna have in there, and there's gonna be a lot of good games out there. Games that just came out, like Ven, just came out last week, $30 value. You're gonna get to feel like Ruuts and Wes, and you're gonna get this game for free, maybe, if you're lucky enough. So,
Absolutely. And you know, Roots, what you're saying there is absolutely right. I haven't done the final tally to see what we've got, you know, numbers wise as far as keys go. I kind of feel like we've got right now around the same amount of keys that we had last year, but the keys this year are way, way better than they were last year. Some of the very best games in VR, thanks to our supporters, our community members, and our developer friends. And again, if any of you are watching, thank you all. We really appreciate the way that you prop us up and make us feel special.
yeah, I agree. You know, Scott Merrill says this channel deserves many more subs. Of course, I'm going to read that comment. He's addicted to these shows. Well, you know, Scott, I'm addicted to them too. You know, we do consider ourselves the best kept secret on YouTube, and man, once we get to 1,000 subs, we're gonna start breaking away from the secret, and we'll hopefully we'll get more subs on there. But you know what? My philosophy is we've got 888 subscribers right now, and you guys matter more than everybody else until they come into the fold, and then I'll worry about those bastards out there. So,
Yeah, we'll get there, bro. We'll get there. Bright future ahead,
yeah,
no doubt, for our channel and our community.
yeah,
Anyway, speaking of 2020 show roots, before we sign off, I want to take this opportunity to just inform all of you that the award categories for the 2020 show awards are now posted on our Discord, and voting is open. And as is the case with everything we do here on Virtual Strangers. We're doing things a little different than everyone else. So, first of all, the categories are not your ordinary everyday categories. If you click the invitation down in the description and scroll all the way down to the bottom to the channel that's labeled 2020 Show Categories, you're going to see categories in there that you have never seen on any other video game show ever. And you're going to see a lot of them, right, Roots? I think there's what, like 40, 45 categories?
yeah. You guys actually, most of the community came up with a good portion of that list, which was awesome, right? And if you haven't already, join the Discord, because if you haven't, you don't even you can't see the list, bro. You can't vote. You have no idea what's going on, and I question your soul. So make sure you join the Discord.
Absolutely. But anyway, and then there it comes to the voting. Now, the voting is open, and when I say open, I don't just mean that it's available to be voted on right now. I mean, unlike other channels and shows and communities and events of this nature, we're not giving you the multiple choice. We're not telling you what to vote for. You tell us what you think is the winner for each category, and you don't have to vote on all 40 categories. Okay, I understand that that's a daunting task, but if you see a category and you say, "Hey, I know who should win that," just copy that one. Go down to the channel that says 2020 Show Awards voting, paste it, give us your winner, and your vote will be counted. You are absolutely able to change your mind if someone convinces you that you picked the wrong thing. You can change it all the way up until the deadline, which is going to be probably around Sunday. So we're going to leave it up um, a few more days till Sunday or Monday, and then we'll take it down because we have to pick winners, we have to produce content, so on and so forth. So about 5 more days uh, until we take it down. We've already got, you know, some people have already went on there and voted. Thanks you guys for kicking it off. Nobody wants to go first, right, Roots?
Yeah, no, no, you know, there is one person that always likes to go first.
My mom!
Yeah, she
That's true.
loves.
Who's that, Roots?
Yeah, she loves to be first. Oh, you didn't hear it. Actually, I don't know why you're not hearing it. It's still there. It's weird, bro. It makes me wonder what is happening. Um, But yeah, no. Scion VR wants to know if we've played more Mist VR. He's asked a couple
Uh,
times, so much so that I've changed the background just to answer this question, Scion.
Actually, not yet. I did play it quite a bit on that first day that I got into it, but it's next on my list. I have two more games that I'm actually going to make videos on for the channel here. One of those games is Mist. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil a whole lot. I'm just going to kind of give an overview of what the game is, an overview of the story, kind of set people in the right direction, let's say, for maybe the first clue, and leave it at that. But I am going to do a Mist video. There's another video I'm going to do, and then Roots after I get those two out of the way, I think I'm gonna dive pretty hard back into Medal of Honor because I feel like that one deserves some more time from me before we pick winners for the award
Mm.
categories. And then after that, Roots, I think I'm gonna flat game a little bit to be quite honest.
Ooh, flat game. I did some Sea of Thieves. I will tell you, I played about 45 minutes so far of Medal of Honor yesterday, and Radio Runt reported that it with the new patch, it played really smoothly on his 1080. Well, I have to tell you, Radio Runt, you were 100% correct because it ran flawlessly smooth on my 2080 as well. And it was pretty cool. The guy, and now I see what you were saying about the guns, dude. Like that one gun, the machine gun, or not machine gun, explosive thing that like it's like a rocket launcher kind of.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that thing's badass. That like anti tank thing.
yeah, did that exist? And I mean, because that was kind of cool. Like some of these things, I'm like, is this real? But I mean, all the guns um, were phenomenal. And Scion, I would like to tell you that the reason why, and this is my theory because I'm 99% sure this is what I saw, that people weren't having kickback is it gives you an option for camera shake. And the camera shake if you put it on all, whenever you're moving, it's like, no, dude, turn it off. But if you leave it on the weapons, I believe that's actually the recoil on your weapon. You can turn it off, but I seem to have recoil on all of my weapons. But maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't think about it. It wasn't something that I thought about, but I didn't notice the guns being weird in any kind of way. And I think I would have noticed if there was no recoil. I've played enough shooters at this point where if I've got this magically steel gun, I'm going to notice it. But I love the gunplay, man. I sit on those practice ranges with those dummy soldiers running, crossing routes, and literally in the first hour to hour and a half of my gameplay, half of it was spent on these firing ranges just playing with the guns.
Yeah, I just thought it looked cool, and I can see what Radio Runt was saying about the dialogue being cheesy, even though I didn't think it was that cheesy. But like I said, I'm only 45 minutes in, but thanks to Justin for offering up the family share again. So because I had it was such a hassle with the hard drive. Once I had a new hard drive, I don't like to harass other people. But I was able to play it and not have to pay for it, so it was cool.
Yeah, I'm glad you got to check it out because a lot of fair criticism of this game and a lot of overreaction to it too. So I'm definitely going to give this game a hard look before we pick our winners next week. And losers, because they're not all good categories, right? Some of them are like jank awards and stuff. So we don't want to hand it out prematurely if a game doesn't deserve it. So I'm going to give this one another look. Maybe even jump back in the onslaught, as well. Not so sure about that one. I pretty have a pretty clear idea of what's going on there. But after that, Roots, like I said, I've got all this new hardware here. They're giving me games with it, right? I've got Watch Dogs Legion. I've got that new Call of Duty game, Crisis Remastered, and I could keep going. I think I'd be foolish not to at least give it a look.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now you've got me wanting to play some of those games. But yeah, I'm all about flat gaming if it's the right game. But I'd still prefer to be in VR. So
Bitey says, "What would you pick for the best hand category?" So let's get into some of these categories, Roots. And I don't want to sit and try to sway everybody by telling them what I think the nominees should be in every one of them. But I think we can read down the list of categories. I think that I can explain to the people what the category means, what we're looking for, and then there's quite a few of them that has some very clear debate to be had with it, right? I think we can kind of kick those obvious ones off, but really quickly, Body's asking, what about the hands category? And I don't even remember. Oh, it's this year. The hands award is called the Thing Award
Mm.
because we all do the thing, right? When we get in VR, we do the thing. Uh, and there's other reasons behind that title as well, and I'll reveal that during the show. But the Thing Award is the award for best hands, and right off the bat, I mean, Half Life Alex sticks out because of the Russells, the gloves.
Mm.
Um, Ven VR sticks out, very highly detailed, beautiful hands in that game as well. Roots, any other hands uh, off the top of your head?
I thought Medal of Honor's hands looked pretty detailed, but in a different way. It was like they were. I looked at them; they were wrinkled, and I thought I was old for a minute. Which I guess some people probably say, "Roots, you're old," but to other people, I'm young. So it's all who you hang out with. I try to hang out with older people, right, so I can feel young again. So
How about Hinge? I thought that the level of detail on the hands in Hinge was actually pretty good as well.
I need to go back into that game, dude. I wonder if they fixed the multiplayer on Medal of Honor because I was just saw somebody kill somebody with that tank gun, and there's so many different weapons. I can imagine how crazy it would be, right? This is like Scion's jam. He loves this era. So
Yeah, I mean some of the rifles in this game I absolutely love. I mean, like I've never used anything like that in VR before, and it was just awesome. And what did you think about the reloading? I mean, like some people think it's a little too arcadey because you don't have to like fully rack everything into place. But I felt like they found a happy medium with it, and I kind of like the way they did it.
yeah, it makes it easy because you just grab it and you put it to where like close to the area and just let go, and then you rack it. There's no it's what I've said about Half-Life Alex and what I've said about a lot of things, and they did the same thing, and they were smart. They listened to Roots, or actually they probably already knew before and didn't even hear anything I said. But you don't people coming into VR, they don't need to be dropping shit, accidentally dropping their gun. Like you drop the gun, it automatically goes on your back or wherever. So there's no dropping your gun, fumbling for shit. You grab your thing on and boom, it's on. You know that you've done it. I just think they, like you said, it's a very happy medium to make it feel right. And I guess there was a problem with bringing it up to your thing and seeing some kind of your arm or I don't know, some kind of weirdness with when you brought things up. But that's so far, Wes, I've not seen any jank, 100% no jank. And I've only waited less than a week, or I guess it's been about a week, right? So,
Yeah, I didn't really experience much jank the first time. My problems with the game really weren't performance related. Now that said, obviously, I've got a more powerful rig than most people have. So, I mean, I probably just powered out of it. But yeah, other people complained about the jank, but apparently it's going away. So, I experienced no jank, Roots experienced no jank. So it's going to be kind of hard for people to convince us to give this game some kind of a jank award, right?
yeah, yeah, because it's already. I mean, the whole thing is by the time the show starts, that's where things are going to be stopped, right? We
Plus,
can't
I
say,
can think of some other games that I played that were really janky this year, and I don't want to, throw any games under the bus here, but some of them were pretty bad,
yeah.
uh, especially on when they launched. So
Well,
we'll talk. Well,
even some of the other criticisms of this game that had heard, it doesn't seem like it's weird scenes. You're going scene to scene, but it's like it's actually telling a story now, and it's in sequence. It seems to me, and I guess you had to squeeze a
The
trigger between each scene, or I don't know. I've never got to I haven't got to the end of mission 1, dude. That thing is so long, bro. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know if what I did is saved because it was 45 minutes in. It's like 3 hours
uh,
long, right?
they may have patched it for like when you first when I played the game, like even between like the cutscenes, they would stop, they would bring you out to a whole different steel screen, and it would say victory
It's gone.
like every time.
It's gone. It
So
literally
like
went from
literally,
scene to scene to scene. All of that is gone. It seemed very seamless to me. You know, and people that are like complaining, oh, there's too much cutscenes. Well, you know, it's not fucking easy, Wes, dude. I died in that first area, dude, like 5 times or 6 times just trying to get to the checkpoint. I'm like, what is going on? These guys are crack shots, and I'm on normal, bro. So
pretty fun, right? And even like when you're in that first room there with the or the second firing range with the tank gun and all that, you can go left to continue the game, or you can go right into kind of this combat simulation
yeah.
game. uh, I thought that was fun as hell, that just that little
I
sim
didn't
there.
I didn't do it. I went into the game. But what I thought was cool was like I got to pick. I don't know if at the beginning I picked something like I had to thumb up to if I wanted to join the thing. What if I don't join it? What happens?
I wondered the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, because I got my buddies went with me, so I was like, cool, dude. These guys, and I guess I mean I don't know if what the eyes look like before, the dull eyes or whatever. They seemed, I know they fixed that too. It seemed good to me. I don't know. I would say if I played this game on day one in this condition, I'd be saying it's a good game. $60, I don't know, but it's definitely a lot better than was thinking. So
Well, from the sounds of it, they've corrected my most of my issues with it. So again, like I said before, going to go back into this one pretty hard before the 2020 show.
yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, let's look at some of these categories here and explain them out. We're going to start off with the Geekonomic Stimulus Award. Roots. You know, everybody likes a handout, right? That good old free Geekonomic stimulus. This is the award for the best free game or free experience, and quite a few of those to go around, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then we have the Gateway Drug Award, and this is for the best first dose of VR. You know, everybody wants to kind of get their friends and loved ones hooked on VR, so the first one's always free, right?
Yeah.
And we give them that first dose, and this award is for the best game to use in that situation. The best game to show a newbie, get them hooked in, and make them buy a headset.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of games out there. I already know which one I'm going to vote for, but no, just kidding. Actually, you know, what's funny is there's so many games out there, I forget stuff. And by the time we finally have, you know, all the lists, you know, for us anyway, we'll know, you know, which ones we'll have. So,
You know, somebody said for this one that Walkabout would be a good one. I haven't played it. I'm thinking something like Tetris Effect or even In Death, Unchained would be a really good one, especially now that they have uh, that wave shooter area that you can start people in.
yeah, dude, there's such, absolutely.
Robert Check says super hot. These are the 2020 awards, Robert. The games must all have released on one of these platforms this year. So super hot would be a good choice for the all time awards, which we may actually end up doing at some point. If you guys are interested in that, be sure to let us know. Maybe we do that for the 2 year anniversary or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And that's, we've gone over that with as far as the specifics. You know, it's got to come out this year. And one of the things too that we didn't mention before, if you aren't a Patreon, we're going to be doing the discussion when we go over all the lists and stuff. We're going to be doing that live with the Patreons, um, as a fly on the wall. So
Yeah, so when Roots and I discuss every category and pick who the ultimate winners are going to be, uh, we're inviting the patrons along if they want to witness this live firsthand. They will be invited to do so.
Yeah, but you're gonna
This
have
will
to sign
probably
sign a non-disclosure not to. No, just kidding. Just don't tell
uh,
anybody, please.
this is likely something that we're going to do early next week. If you guys are interested, watch your emails, watch the Patreon website. When things come together, they're going to come together quickly. So keep your eyes peeled.
Yep.
Let's see. Body says he picked Phasmophobia. That would be. I don't know. It might have the opposite effect, right, Roots?
Absolutely. Well, it depends on what you like and what you consider to get the job done, right?
Right. And Traveling Man 3775, good call. He says you can win a Quest 2 in the brand new In Depth Unchained tournament. And this is something that just started, I think, yesterday.
God.
The new mode that they have, the Siege of Heaven mode, they have a new leaderboard, which is kind of an average of all three of the levels. They kind of average it out and have an overall leaderboard. The top three at the end of the period, whatever it may be, a few days, maybe a week, the top three on the leaderboard gets a quest two. The top one, the one that wins overall, gets a quest two, and then gets to pick like two or three games
Ooh.
of their choice to put on it.
So
So I mean, that's pretty awesome skill based competition that could net you a pretty awesome prize.
are you gonna try?
I'm going to definitely get in there and play it some. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get in there and play, but I don't not with the intention to win because it's like trying to say, okay, I'm gonna go into Autica and beat Coach Tony or whoever number one is now. It's like, are you that good? You better be that good, bro. Because
Well, my intention, my attitude when I go into any of these games is if I put the time in, I am that good. The thing is, I just don't put that kind of time in. But if I practice, yeah, I'm going to beat everybody. I don't know if I have time to get that good in the period of the contest, but I have no doubt that I could win it. It's possible I could win it, you know.
anything's possible. Well, see, the thing is I already know myself. I'm not putting the time into to get good enough to win a contest like this. I mean, it's too late, bro. Like you would have had to have already been getting ready for the last few months, right? Like this had to be your daily
I'm, al-
driver probably. I mean, there's
I'm
people that
already
play this
pretty
every.
good at this game.
Yeah, it's true. Where are you on the leaderboards now?
I don't know. I've only played that mode like one time.
I'm just kidding,
But
dude. It's just
but
people are this just fucking sweaty people out there that this is all they do, and it's like that's probably gonna. I'm throwing the gauntlet down, Wes, right now. You don't even realize it. I'm just kidding.
hey, I'm not saying I'm thinking I'm going to win,
No,
but I
hey,
certainly
you
believe that I
could.
can win.
Yeah, well, that's good actually. That's a good belief, and I agree. I think you could.
And Traveling Man makes a good point there. The top 1,000 people get their name put in a hat, and three of those people are going to win quests as well.
Wow. Okay, so now you just piqued my interest because I could see myself easily getting into 1,000 within the top 1,000.
Yeah, go do it, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I've watching your gameplay, bro, on this daunts me because you are really good at it, and I didn't get that far, Wes. So, but this is one of those games. It's just I would say this is a heavy contender for game of the year for Quest, and we'll see what I'm so excited to have that conversation, bro. Especially with the Patreon fly on the wall. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I think that this game deserves to be in the discussion for a few of these categories. Uh, Quest Game of the Year absolutely being one of them. Indie Game of the Year being one of them. Indie Developer of the Year being one of them. Best ongoing support for a VR game. I think that it should be in all of those categories, and then there are probably more if as we go down the list here that I'm going to recognize that this game deserves to be in the conversation for.
Yeah, so I wants to know if we've played Phasmophobia yet, and I say no, we have not.
This is a any day now thing now, isn't it? Like I'm ready,
Yeah,
you're ready, I'm off work. Tiffany's supposed to have her computer now ready to go.
yep,
Uh, what we waiting on, bro? Any day,
yep,
just name it.
yeah. Let's
Except for
do it.
tomorrow. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, but besides that,
Christmas
Just
Day?
name the time.
Oh, maybe not Christmas
Possibly.
Day either.
I mean, as long as it's not early, after dinner. I mean, shit, I ain't gonna be watching football or anything. I'm gonna be in VR anyway, probably.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, no, I'm probably gonna be building a computer, but
Oh,
I could probably make some time for some VR at some
oh,
point.
dude, that's gonna be so cool. You're gonna get that.
Absolutely.
Isn't that that's for one of your kids, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, when we're assuming because we got a lot of stuff, but we didn't get it all. As you know,
Mm.
computers are expensive. It's outside of our budget. We're kind of hoping that Santa Claus will help a
Oh,
little bit with it,
that would
but
be cool.
maybe not. I mean, if it doesn't happen, we can get started on it, and his birthday is very soon. We can finish it for his birthday.
Yeah, dude. Well, you know what? I have faith in Santa, dude. So I'm
He's
just
never
gonna
let us
assume it's
down.
gonna happen. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna hunt Santa down for him, and I'm gonna pin him down, and you're just gonna punch him. Maybe not, but
Yeah, just gonna
yeah,
punch the shit out of him.
yeah. Who doesn't want to
Uh,
punch Santa these days?
anyway, the Bad Neighbor Award next on the list, Roots. So you know what the Bad Neighbor Award is?
I do not actually. I don't have my list. What is it? I have my
It's
list in
the
front.
VR game that's most likely to make you move.
Oh, that is okay. So like, that's pretty good. That's good. Yeah. Okay.
It's the activity game, the exercise games to make
Okay.
you move. It's a pun, Roots. It's a pun.
Yeah. No. It definitely makes me want to move away for sure.
Next we have the Domestic Disturbance Award, Root.
Ooh,
The
my
Domestic
favorite.
Disturbance Award goes to the VR game most likely to make you punch your children.
Well, now is that subjective? I mean, is that like they pissed you off and you you punch them, or is
Totally.
that like
No,
you accidental?
it's a VR game. It's a VR game, right? It's the game that's going to have you swinging. It's the creeds of the world, Roots.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Somebody said that once that they'd punch their kid, and that would be horrible, right? Or what would be worse is if you punch someone else's kid that just happens to be over watching you guys. Explain that to
My
somebody.
kids, they've done pretty good for following what we call the VR rules, which keeps them safe. But it did happen once. My wife, a long time ago, knocked the shit out of my youngest uh, playing Farpoint, and he just walked in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and he got it pretty good.
I'll tell you what. Sometimes you just have to teach your kids, kind of like having them touch a hot stove. I bet he
Hmm.
never walks in front of your wife anymore when she's in VR, or anybody for that matter. I don't know how
He
many
says
times.
"Until You Fall." "Until You Fall" was released in 2020 on the Oculus Quest and PlayStation VR, so I would consider that to be a viable candidate, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, and we didn't always think that. We've gone through so many different thoughts to get to where our final what is can be considered and what can't. And one of the things that we had to consider, especially for a while there, the Quest games were all ports. Like we had that discussion last year. We said, okay, if it can't be a port for Quest, then there's no games because it was all ports. Now it'd be a little bit different story, but still, if it's a new iteration on a new console or new system, if it's new to that system, it absolutely is considered a new game. So,
Yeah. My attitude with this is it's on a case by case basis, an award by award, game by game basis. I put it in the rules on the Discord. It says on there that all of this stuff is subject to common sense, and that's kind of the approach we're going to take with it. If we don't feel like a game deserves to be a candidate for an award, then we're not going to do it, and if we do, we will.
yep. And like Wes says, he said in the Discord, and we'll say it here, change our mind. Like if you disagree with whatever, let us know in the Discord. Maybe we'll look at it and say, you know what, you're right. It should count or it shouldn't count. So,
Wife taken to the chat to just make sure everybody knows we don't do it to children.
well, that is true. It's definitely avoiding, you know, I'm a big
She knows
believer.
what to say.
Yeah.
She knows what she better get on there and say if she knows what's good for her.
Oh God. Um, but yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely important to clarify that for sure.
The Yellow Submarine Award, Roots, is for the best animated experience.
Okay.
We got a
Yeah.
few of these this year. Good ones, right?
Yeah.
We had the Line. I know somebody voted for Gloomy Eyes. The Gloomy Eyes released this year. That's another good one.
I'm not sure. I think it released this that, and you know what, dude? What was that? The most recent one, not Golem. What was the one that came out and never? It wasn't optimized very well at first. It just came out again on the Quest. I mean, the Oculus Store. I can't even draw a blank for
Oh,
some reason.
no, I know that you were talking about the paper birds the other day.
Yeah, Paper Birds.
Uh,
That one was good, but no, this was the expensive one. It was like $30. Came out on Viveport Infinity. Um, I just can't think which one it was. Maybe the chat will
Animated
remember.
experience that's
Yeah,
$30.
no, it was. Remember, and I wanted you. We
Oh
were.
yeah, gnomes and
Yeah,
goblins.
gnomes
Gnomes
and
and goblins.
goblins. God, I don't know why. Dude, I that blew me away, dude. Like it was so much better because everybody was saying it was janky, and it was just so cool, dude. So cool that I got out of it and immediately told Wes, dude, you need to check this out, which I don't think we have yet. But eventually we'll talk about it. So
Yeah, I actually hadn't even thought about that one when I did this award, but you're absolutely right. I need to get in there and check that one out.
reverb it. It's probably gonna be
Yeah, if
amazing.
it'll run, if
Yeah,
it'll run, right?
true. Yeah.
So where are we at here? The J.R.R. Tolkien Award. This is an award from last year, but I don't think it was the Tolkien Award last year. Maybe it was Mark Twain Award or something last year.
I think it was.
Best storytelling in a VR game.
Yeah. A lot of candidates for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a kind of a shoe in last year. We had a couple of really good ones, but best storytelling. There are a couple more good ones this year, and this was a kind of an interesting one as well because it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. I mean, we have a game like Half-Life Alex, which continued a beloved story, right? We've got games like Paper Beast that tell a story without words. We've got a game like The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which told a story from every angle, right? Like it told a story from the perspective of the good guy, or you could be the bad guy, or you could be neutral, and you can play that game 3 times and have the story be different. So a lot of different, you know, types of storytelling on display this year with this year's VR releases. So I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those that we need help with to decide who the winner is going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of good stories out there, and I've been playing through them all. Every single one, bro. Maybe not, but they're good.
Everyone,
Yeah. I've got no time
everyone.
left. Actually, Population One won't let me do that. So it's just sucking all my time
Okay.
up.
And that brings us to the next award, the Shocker Award, Roots. The Shocker is the VR game with the biggest surprise in the end. You ever had a surprise in the end, Roots?
No, I have not, but you know who has?
My mom!
Yeah, it's the shocker to some people, but to others, not so much.
Yeah, it's definitely not a shocker at all. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good games out there with shocking ends. And one of the things that I don't, I'd have to say that it's going to be harder for me to know because I haven't seen all the endings of a lot of games, but I've seen the ending of Half-Life Alex, and it was phenomenal, dude. So
That was a shocker for real, wasn't it?
yeah, dude, everyone was shocked except for me and you because we didn't know the story. But um,
I knew enough. I watched
oh, that
the thing,
video driven by right.
thing that yeah, the thing that Driven by begged us to watch. I actually broke down and watched it before I played the game, and so I did kind of know what was happening, but still didn't have the emotional attachment that a lot of the player base had. I
Yeah.
got to imagine those people were really shocked.
Yeah, dude, I was not that shocked. Although, I mean, it was cool. I definitely think this game was and is super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. The IHOP Award, this one's from last year. This is for the best flat game ported to VR.
Yeah, dude.
Got some good candidates this year. I would submit that Mist should be considered for this because yes, it was built from the ground up for VR, but it's a one-to-one reproduction of Mist. This is Mist in VR. Um, I'd say Grip. I'd say Grip is a good candidate for this one as well.
Yeah, no, and I agree. I think Mist is absolutely because there was discussion in the Discord, right, that it wasn't. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But what you said is exactly the case. I mean, if they had changed some stuff, I mean, it's 100% the same. Everything's the same. Like if you played it from the beginning to end, with the exception of the randomizer, you're getting the same game. So
Yeah, and I have an idea that randomizer is just going to change some of the letters and numbers in the puzzles. It's not going to really change how the puzzles work, which is really kind of the spoiler, right? So
yeah,
I haven't tried the randomizer, so I don't know, but
uh, that's what I
that would make sense.
That's what
Yeah,
I read was that if you like someone like Scion, maybe that knew all the puzzles, what it does is it like forces you to go to that place to find the answer because now it's a different
right,
answer than what you remember. Which you
right.
really, I mean, if you played this 20 years ago, I doubt you're going to remember that the code was 7757 or whatever the code is. You're probably going to have to go look anyway. But it is cool. Uh, a cool thing to have a randomizer, I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember any of it like at all. Like I didn't even remember where to get the answers at. It took me a little bit of exploration and reading to figure it out again.
Oh, I forgot. I just the books, bro. I still haven't gone in to read the books. That's what the problem is, man. I need to get back into this thing.
Yeah, me too. And again, next on my list, stay tuned. Video incoming on that one.
Yep.
And if you're wondering about what our initial impressions of the game Mist was, check out the most recent episode of the Monday Show. We go in depth about it on that episode. So
You know what's funny, Wes, and this is totally a side thing about this little break we're having. Is like I played Ven and I played a couple other games, and I was like, oh God, like I even told you, I said I want to talk about Ven right now, dude. Like this was last week, and I was like, there's no show. Like I feel like that a part of my soul was missing, because we didn't have the show this week, and it'll be good to get back to schedule in a few weeks, right?
I agree with that. But on the other hand, when we were supposed to be preparing for a show, we were playing Pop One.
No, that's true. We were actually able to play some game, right? That's the difference, right? That's
Yeah.
true.
When's the
And
last time we got to do that? It's been a
yeah,
while.
together for sure. That was during my 15 and a half hour stream. And that was a long time, Wes. But you got in at the end. That was cool. I was like, I finally got to play with Wes because our times never seemed to mesh. So
That's right. But home from work now, dude.
yeah, dude.
IHOP Award was the best flat game ported into VR. Waffle House Award, best flat game modded into VR. And we had some of these too this year, didn't we? We have the what is it? The outer what's it called? The outer
Morrowind.
I mean that's one. Yeah, the outer what's the stupid game you had me download right before I got rid of my graphics card? You
Oh,
said
the
it was
Outer
awesome.
World, the Outer
Yeah,
something.
the outer worlds. Yeah, outer worlds.
Yeah, I thought you were saying Elder, but yeah, Outer World. There's actually a few of them. So then that one's perfect, man. That's 100%. Did you ever play that?
No, I've
Oh
got it
wow.
ready to go, but I never did boot it.
Yeah, it's a good puzzle game.
Wasn't Grand Theft Auto 5 mod that was this year, wasn't it?
I think so, but I don't know if we talked about it last year. I think it was this year.
Yeah, yeah. So we got GTA 5 mod. We've got the Outer Worlds. We've got Morrowind, like Roots just said here. We also had Doom, and I think even like wasn't the Lambda Half Life mod brought into Quest this year as well?
That I don't know. We'll have to look into that.
So there you go. I mean, I think there's more flat mods this year than there were flat ports this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been looking at the list, Wes. I've been ignoring the chat. I feel bad. I'm back, chat. I'm back with you, bro. I'm not gonna leave again. I promise.
Buddy says, "Oh, didn't know about that one." No idea which one he was talking about.
I don't either.
Oh,
Maybe.
Return to Castle Wolfenstein. That's right, and that's another one.
Yeah. So cool. Well, games are just getting brought in left and right, bro.
Yeah, just for those of you who want to look it up, just go to like Upload VR or something into the search bar and type in the word mod. I'm sure like a big list of news stories will come up telling you all about the different mods that were introduced to us this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. From there, we go to the Wonder Bra Award. This is another one from last year, Rich. You remember what the Wonder Bra Award is for?
I do not actually.
Wonder Bra Award is for the best ongoing support of a VR game.
Oh yeah, I wonder who
And
that would who want. Well, this has only been out for a little bit, but man, these developers, big box, man, so good.
yeah, Big Box, great, super bright.
Super
What
bright.
they in Death Unchained, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, there's a lot of these actually that these developers are actually blowing me away these days. They just keep adding to their games and making them better, right? So
Mm,
that's just cool.
absolutely. I mean, Skydance Interactive, they added a whole new mod or a whole new mode to The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. And by the way, the trial game mode coming to Oculus Quest, I think they said on January 20th.
Oh, wow, what a gem of a
Somewhere
game, right?
around there. That might not be the exact date, but it was somewhere around there.
You ever played it? No, just kidding. I
Mm.
was like, oh no, I never heard.
Body just knocked it out of the park here. How could I forget Cloud Head Games and the way that they supported Pistol Whip this year? I mean, they've more than doubled the size of this game, and people raving about Pistol Whip 2089. Before I go on my little run of flat games, before we do the 2020 show, I kind of feel like I need to check out Pistol Whip 2089.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think somebody was saying it was really good, Main fan or somebody, right?
Yeah, and I mean for him to say that about a rhythm game like that, a year-old rhythm game, that's big words.
The Scion throws into the Radius into the mix for the best supporting devs, and they definitely have always constantly been. They've been uploading or updating their game like never
Now
fails, right?
they certainly have improved that game from when it launched into early access to the time that it went into full launch to today. Probably the biggest turnaround I've ever seen in a game. I mean, it's like night and day the difference between the game now and the game then. So yeah, I could see that as well. Even though I mean, it's kind of an expected thing when you're launching the early access that you're going to finish the game.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it was certainly a big transformation.
yeah, that's a good point, Wes. It's like if it's early access, we really hope you're going to finish it. You need to finish it. You told us you were going to finish it, so that's good. They are.
Yeah. Rookie of the Year award. Now, this is another interesting one, Roots, because we had some really good VR developers kind of burst onto the scene this year. And it doesn't have to be your first ever video game, but really your first VR game that really kind of entered the public consciousness. Again, Super Bright jumps out to me here. Monologic Games jumps out to me here. Big Box VR jumps out to me here. And Game Dust behind Jupitergrad
Oh God,
jumps
dude.
out to me here as well.
That is such a good game, and I'm glad you brought that up, Wes, because there was a rumor that that may be one of the games that'll be free, given away for the Quest, I believe. So we'll see if that rumor comes true or not.
That will not come true because the game will not be releasing on Quest until next year. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, bummer.
But I will just go ahead since you said that. I'll go ahead and spill the beans. I told you I'm going to be making two videos
Hmm.
over the next few days, one of them being missed. The other one absolutely is the Quest build of Jupitergrad. So stay tuned for that.
It was a rumor, Wes. That's what I heard from a little bird. No, it's
No, that bird lied to you, son. We don't have keys to that one. I was like, What? No, we don't have that.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah. Anyway, Rookie of the Year. That's going to be a tough one. Really could use some help with that one, you guys, because a lot of amazing new developers with amazing new games. Um, so, Rookie of the Year brings us to the Starving Artist Award, which is the Indie Developer of the Year. And I feel like everybody that we just mentioned there, kind of in the same category here, right? The Starving Artist.
That's crazy, bro. There's so many good indie developers, and that just shows you how good VR is getting, right? These indie developers are just coming out of the woodwork, and makes me excited for
So, by
2021.
the by the woodwork, you mean Poland?
Yes, yeah, pretty much. It's almost all Polish, man. I don't know what they're doing over there. They must be feeding their people iodine, and so they're very smart and they know how to make good games.
Cordyceps mushrooms, I hear.
Yeah, wow. I think that was Seattle and Denver. Denver now, I hear. So,
Let's see here. Rookie of the Year, Starving Artist, Da Vinci Award. The Da Vinci Award goes to the VR Game Developer of the Year. Short list here, Roots. I'd say Cloudhead Games. I'd say Skydance Interactive. I know a lot of people are going to say Valve. Um,
mm,
I mean, there's a few great games, a few great developers that pulled off some amazing things this year.
yeah, there's crazy good games that have came out, right?
Yeah, some all-time greats, and uh, I mean, I'd be remiss if we didn't mention. Of course, I'm going to give myself brain freeze trying to think of it. The developer of Iron Man VR.
The okay, I don't know. I can't remember
They
what they're.
did Republic, the Camouflage.
Yeah.
Camouflage. I think Camouflage deserves to be in this conversation. I think that In Dreams deserves to be in this conversation for covert Phantom Covert Ops, and I think that Media Molecule for bringing VR support to Dreams deserves to be in this conversation. And then, uh, now, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of really good developers that did amazing things this year. And another one that's going to be tough, another one we can use help on.
Yeah.
Gigo Den, that's a good point. Robert Sterenchak says Gigo Den.
Yeah. Virtual desktop, bro.
I mean, that's a game changer. That's a game changer if there ever was one. Um,
It's one of the
I
best
don't know if I.
aspects of the Quest 2, right? Is the wireless VR.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is the VR game developer of the year.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. I guess it's more of a tool, right?
Right. So it's kind of one of those outliers. Don't know if we should allow that one or not.
All right. Well, you guys let us know in the chat and let us know in the Discord what you think. Do you think that that should be considered a game, or do you think no? Fuck you, Roots. It's a tool. Get it out of there, bro. So,
Or maybe we give them some kind of a special recognition award just for an outstanding contribution to the VR community. I mean,
mm.
honestly,
And the Back to the Future
free
award.
free wireless streaming for the cheapest headset on the market. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
pretty noble cause if you ask
Well, it's
me.
not free. You got to buy the software, but it's so
20
cheap
bucks.
for what you get, man. Yeah.
I mean, it works too. That's the important thing. It works and it works very well.
Well, and I would argue it looks better than the Link. Like whatever he does in there, the magic that he makes it, the color and everything pop. I wish they would do that with the headset. You know, I mean, if he
Yeah.
can do it, they can do it. So,
All right. Yeah, and Body says, no prize for tools on the list. Body, believe me, I know it doesn't seem like it, but I didn't put all the categories I could have on here. I cut some out to get it down to like 45 categories.
see,
Like,
it doesn't seem. I mean, it seems like a lot, but it doesn't seem like a lot. But if you go back to our other show and then you go to any of our podcasts today, um, like with for whatever reason, things take longer You know what I mean? Because we're real, dude. We just like to talk and
We're
chat and stuff.
thorough.
Yeah,
We're
we're thorough.
thorough. Everything that, to be honest, every category that I have an award for here, I have at least one or two games that I feel like should probably win. And I don't want to give those to you. I don't want to sway the voting. Um, but there, I feel like there's a lot of games and developers that need to be recognized, and that's kind of the purpose of any award show is to recognize the games, to recognize the developers. And this year was so amazing. I feel that it takes a list like this to even remotely have the chance of recognizing everyone who deserves to be recognized this year for their contributions to our platform, that we love so much. So there's a reason why there's this many here. I'm hoping that everyone that I feel that really, really deserves it is going to receive some recognition during the 2020 show.
I was looking at the list, and I'm trying to figure out where Twin fits in there because I think it should be maybe Game of the Year. I'm just kidding.
But with like Gigo Den and the non gaming software developers, that was just a total oversight on my part. That guy absolutely deserves to be recognized for what he's done.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. So we go from the Da Vinci Award to the Thing Award, which we already talked about, the best hands in a VR game. But bouncing from that, we go into the Marley Matlin Award Roots, best gesture based controls in a VR game.
There's actually a lot of them, right? One of them here, I just saw the title when I was skipping down my scenes. Um, we need to get back into. We haven't played. I said this the last time, right? Is Wizards Dark Times? This one was
That's a
amazing.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and then there was, don't forget Jenny and Thaco. There was
Yeah.
some great gesture based stuff going on in that one as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there were other ones that we didn't even play, like I don't even remember what it's called now because I probably should have played it. There was two or three other ones. They're on Viveport Infinity that are completely gesture based. I mean, we had I mean, for that matter, there was Elixir that came out on Quest that not only is gesture based, but it's completely hand tracking. So like that's literally gesture based.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, even that one, what was it? The one that came out, that Paper Beast, was it Paper Beast? There's one that just came out recently that is all, I think it's Paper Beast, right? It's all hand gesture based.
Paper Beast, no,
Or
I
not
don't
Paper
think that.
Beast, that one that we were talking about, the paper dolls or paper, what was that?
Paper Birds.
Paper birds. Yeah, that's hand gesture based as well.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep.
So from the Marley Matlin Best Gesture Based Controls, we go to my mom's award, Best Swinger in VR, Roots. And we had some candidates here too. We had You Pretty God, we had Tarzan, and I mean more. There was even another one. What am I forgetting?
I can't think of any other ones. Oh, what was that one that it's a swinging one, but it's a multiplayer game, right? Where you're shooting and swinging. I
Oh
thought.
yeah, the grapple tournament.
Yeah. Ooh, did Skiva talk to you about the grapple tournament?
I've heard him talk about it. Yeah.
No, he's doing a tournament, and he
Oh,
whispered me, and he wants us to be a part of it with a whole bunch of other content creators, and he's going to give us a key for it. So
okay.
yeah, I've already
I
got the
mean,
key. I
I
thought he
think that game
whispered
looks
you.
awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah,
already said that. I think that game looks absolutely amazing. So, yeah, I'm down to give it a shot for sure.
cool. So look for that in the future.
Probably a good idea to do that if we're going to give out an award for the mechanic, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right. My mom's award, best VR swinger, Godzilla award. This is another one from last year. Best use of scale and or perspective in a VR game. This is going to be another tough one, Roots.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that are like this. Mini Motor X is one of those ones I would consider. Um, just the scale was so cool, but like there's so many out there. Like even just Ven VR,
Vin.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
scale of looking at those levels at such a distance, it really seems like it's forever way over there. And then of course that little guy, he's so cute. Um,
Yeah, that first level. I mean, I got some Moss vibes out of certain areas in it with the statues and things.
yeah, dude. Oh yeah, even the beginning thing, dude. It slams that thing down, that statue.
Giant.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I'm still raving about how good Men VR is, and I still am baffled by Mr. Questionable comment in the video.
Yeah, that guy. He's got some anger issues.
Yeah, who doesn't in 2020, right?
Yeah, I suggest that all of you go to the after we finish this up, go to the Vin VR video, my most recent one, and read the comments. It's comical. What this guy said and what I said to him was pretty funny too.
Yeah, I needed to go in there.
Anyway, my list is back up now, and we have the Dolby Award, another one from last year, best 3D audio, and I mean, so many great choices here, right?
Yeah, yeah. This will be an interesting conversation because I don't really know which one I would consider. There's so many good ones right now on this list. So
Yeah, we'll just we'll let the people tell us about that one, but I've got some very interesting thoughts on that one because we've had people use 3D audio in very unique ways this year.
mm,
So yeah, we'll see what people think about that one. Bob Ross Award, another one carryover from last year, best graphics and artwork in a VR game. Another, I mean, probably harder this year than even last year.
yeah, no, there's so many good ones. I mean, even Medal of Honor's got amazing graphics. Of course, everybody's gonna say Half-Life Alex. Um, and
It's not just about it's not it's graphics and artwork. It's not just about realism. So like I would contend that Lies Beneath deserves to be in this conversation as well.
I was just about to click on that one because it's so good, right? It just looks so crazy, and I don't know, man. I love this style. I know a lot of people are put off by it, but if it's done right, which these developers did, it's amazing.
Yeah. I mean Jupiter even did a really good job with it. And they're promising that some of their new levels, some of these time trial levels are really awesome looking. So looking forward to checking that one out. Again, stay tuned for that video. I may even put that one out tomorrow, Roots. Who knows?
Nice.
Merry Christmas to all, right?
Yeah, dude, you have something to watch.
Let's see here. From Bob Ross, we go to Mel Brooks, best comedy in a VR game. And this one I kind of struggled with. I almost didn't put it on there because the comedy this year wasn't like the comedy last year. Like last year, the the best funniest game ever came out. So like it kind of made me feel like there wasn't any good comedy this year until I thought about it. And there was good comedy this year. Jupiter is a funny game. Good Goliath is hilarious. Uh, Jenny and Thaco. I mean, that game has Lloyd Kaufman in it. Of course, it's funny. I mean, it's really funny. Uh, and I'm sure that there's some others that I'm not even thinking of.
Half-Life Alex. I can't tell you how many times I laughed out loud at some of the dialogue between Russell, and Alex, and just
Right.
some of the ridiculous things that I just found really, really humorous. So
Yeah, the way he kind of belittles her uh, passive aggressively throughout the game is really funny.
yeah,
All right, 420 award, Roots best game to view through bloodshot eyes. A
hmm.
couple of candidates here, a clear favorite in my opinion. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yep.
Blood and Wine award, best playable DLC. Again, some good candidates here. Of course, Pistol Whip 2089 we just mentioned. In Death, um, Index Siege of Heaven DLC. We've got the trial from The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. And Phantom Covert Ops. I mean, they really added a bunch of DLC right away to their game.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of these games are just keep on coming, right? So
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to be another hard one to pick. Um, the Nope Award from last year. I'm sure you remember that one, right?
yeah. Yeah. The biggest nope out game, right? It's too scary,
Yeah,
I guess, right?
the scariest game or experience of the year,
Yeah, I
and
guess you
not not a banner year for VR horror, but we did have some very good ones. We had Phasmophobia come out this year. We had Blair Witch come out this year. So definitely some Persistence came out on PC this year. That's a fucking terrifying game.
yeah, absolutely.
Then we go to the Jerry Award. You know who Jerry was, Roots?
Um no, Jerry. No, I don't remember Jerry. Who's Jerry?
Well, Jerry was a race car driver.
Okay.
He drove so fast. Anyway, uh, Jerry Award for the best VR racing game.
Oh,
And dude, we had some damn racing games this year, didn't we?
we did. We had actually quite a few, right? Even just Grip, Mini Motor X. Yeah, there's been more than a few that Death Lap, right? Was that
Yeah.
this year?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Death Lap was
Maybe that
this
was
year.
last year.
Um, well, we'll have to check the books on that. I think Death Lap was last year, but we definitely had those two that you mentioned. Maybe even Proteus was Radio G Proteus this year.
I think it was this year.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, with some good VR racers released this year. But I think there was a new Assetto Corsa game this year, wasn't there?
Yeah, see, I don't know too much about that, and that's probably what all the sim drivers would be like. Oh, what about a set of Corsa? And of course, we're not going to forget it, bro. If it's
And there
out there,
goes
it's
the
on the
chat.
list.
I
The
was wondering when they were going to do it. There goes the chat. Dash 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 dash.
have
Go vote, friends. Go vote.
I dash dash. What's this dash dash, dude? Dash dash. I went in and played some dash dash on one of my streams a couple streams ago, and that game is super polished and it is cool, man. It was
Amazing, right? On
yeah, dude.
Quest.
Yeah, yeah, it was
On
amazing. I couldn't believe how
on
polished it was.
Quest 2 now, and it looks very, very similar to the PC version now.
Yep, absolutely.
Just a testament to the standalone power of the new hardware. Thought
Who
about this
doesn't love the
hardware
Quest
award.
2?
A lot of new hardware this year, Roots. We could have done a hardware award with the graphics cards and the headsets and the consoles. But I just felt like that would have been a endless debate with no real winner.
Yeah, and it's still going on, man. People still trying to get their card. Radio Run still hasn't got his 3080, so
It's crazy.
it is crazy.
Son says Grip is the clear winner, and I disagree. I would say it could be the winner, but I wouldn't say it's a clear winner because Dash Dash is amazing.
In Scion's mind, it's a clear winner. So that means you need to vote for it, Scion. To try to make it the clear winner, right?
There you go. Let's see here. Where are we? The Jerry Award goes to the Columbine Award, Roots.
Oh God, Columbine,
This,
Colorado, right? That's right down the street. Well, it's not down the street, but or Columbine High School, right?
yeah,
Yeah, dude, best shooter, dude. There's a lot of them out there for this. I mean, so I guess would that be? We'll have to talk about it, but like you got contractors that's new to Quest, but it's been out for so long. But I guess if it was gonna win, this is the discussion we'll have. But if it was gonna
yeah,
win, it would have to be the Quest version only. It couldn't be because the PC version is better. I don't know.
yeah. I kind of feel like this is one of those common sense scenarios where we're going to have to disqualify contractors, Pavlov, and Onward. Those games have been out for so long at this point,
I don't think they would have
and
won anyway.
even though they did get ported into Quest, I don't think that I think that we're past that now. But I mean, there were other multiplayer shooters, plenty of them that were introduced this year. And yeah, I think we probably have a clear winner here, but we'll just let the see what the people think about that.
The chips fall where they may.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and from there, so the Columbine Award was the best multiplayer shooter. The multi was I was going to word it as the game most likely or the best game to shoot all your friends in. That's the
Mm.
way I was going to call that, but I thought maybe it was too soon, so we just called it what it is, the best multiplayer shooter. But that brings us to the oldie but the goodie, the Lee Van Cleef Award for the best campaign-based shooter.
Yeah, there's
Uh,
quite a few out there, so it'll be an interesting conversation, right?
yeah, Medal of Honor, maybe,
Yeah, could be. I seen that's the thing.
maybe.
We're going to be playing a lot more, and we'll be able to definitively tell you whether this is worth picking up. You
Yeah,
know.
and we need you guys to play more too. We don't want everybody just shitting on it without giving it its due. So go find out. Don't just vote without knowing. That's what. Never mind. I was going to make a voting comment, but we're not going to get political. All right,
Yeah.
people shouldn't vote when they don't know. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Well, and, actually, our chat, our Discord's very good about that. And usually, when people are putting in categories, they'll leave out ones, or they'll put on there, I didn't play any in this category, or you know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
don't want to vote on something they haven't tried. So that's good.
that's that's the wise thing. People say you should vote because it's your right. I say you should not vote unless you know what the fuck that you're voting for.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
I
common
think that
sense.
that's a stupid. I always thought that was stupid, even when I was a kid, and we'd be watching MTV, and they go on these big campaigns telling children to vote, and I'd be like, no, please don't vote, you dumb bastards, don't vote.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially if it's something important like the Nickelodeon Awards or something. Like don't
right?
be fucking up those awards, bro. It's who's gonna get slimed. So
Yeah, I know. Kids' Choice Awards
you know
or
who
LITE.
else likes to get slimed?
My mom!
I
Mm,
do.
yeah.
All right. So from the Lee Van Cleef Award, we go to the Striking Vipers Award. Best co-op gameplay.
Wow. Is this going to be the Quest version of Arizona Sunshine? No, just kidding.
Maybe. Hey, dude, it might be. Although I kind of feel like Arizona Sunshine's kind of like what we were just saying with contractors and Onward, Pavlov, those type of games. They've been out for so long, it's kind of hard to give them a 2020 award to Arizona Sunshine, right?
Yeah, no, but I'll tell you what, it was so good. I mean, I didn't play the Quest version, but the last time I played, it reminded me how good the co-op is um still. So,
Yeah, yeah. I had a lot of fun playing Arizona Sunshine, and we talked about it recently. Kind of an underrated game at this point. People have been counting and waiting on its demise for many years, and it just hasn't come because it's still the best at what it does.
yep, absolutely.
But co-op gameplay roots. I mean, we had some good co-op games come out this year. I'm drawing a bit of a blank here, but I had some good ones in my mind when I put that award there.
Yeah, no, there's let us know in the chat what you think is good. I know that there's definitely a lot good that I can't think of off the top of my head either. So,
How about Phasmophobia?
yeah, that's actually a really good one. Although we haven't really gone in and tried that
How
out
about
too much.
Population One?
Well, okay, Population One should have been first on my tip of my tongue. I'm over 200
I
hours
mean,
now, Wes.
that's a co-op. That's co-op, right? That's a co-op game.
Well, that would be considered more multiplayer. Co-op is more.
But you have to play with your friends.
That's true. That's true. Hmm. Very
What do you
true.
say, chat? Is Population One a co-op game? Does it deserve to be in this category? Let us know.
Yeah.
We need more co-op games. Like, I wish, like, some of the best games in the world right now would be some of the best games of all time if they would just implement co-op gameplay. Could you imagine playing In Death or Jupiter God with your friend? I mean, come
Yeah.
on, dude. It'd be awesome. I mean, of course, Saints and Sinners, that's a no-brainer. And the world that they've got set up there is perfect for it. Uh, Man, I would buy the game again if they would make a co-op version of it. You know what I mean? Another $40. Take it.
Yep, absolutely.
Um, all right, so that's the Striking Vipers Award. That brings us to the No Vid 19 Award. The No Vid 19 Award, which is the most highly anticipated 2020 release to not be released in 2020. So we had all these games get delayed, and they all said the same thing, right? Tough to make a game during COVID, bro. Can't put a game out during COVID. So this is the Novid Award for these games that we're going to supposedly be getting next year that were supposed to come out this year. Which one are we anticipating the most? Drillo says Lone Echo 2, which is a good one.
Well, I'll tell
Uh,
you
I,
what, Wes, just even thinking about this award, the Novid Award, like it was impossible for any developer to get a game out this year. You just can't do it during COVID. Oh wait, there was a shitload of games that came out. And it's just so weird, man. Like I really feel like and some of it is true, but at this point, it's kind of like the change shortage. It ain't real, bro. Like they could have printed change by now. The mint is out there. So
so VR Spry Guy, Body, they're all jumping in saying Lone Echo 2, Lone Echo 2. Go vote. It don't count in the chat. Go vote on the Discord. But I'll just say this before you vote. Let's think this through. Let's think about Vertigo 2.
ooh,
Huh? What about
yeah.
Vertigo 2? How about Undead Citadel? How about After the Fall? How about Sniper Elite 4? I mean, a lot of stuff we were supposed to get this year we didn't get, guys.
Jesus
So
Radar.
I would, yeah, that game I think's dead. That guy's not
No.
even talking to me anymore.
Damn it, dude. I
Um,
want it.
to an extent, you could even say that like Lo-Fi. I mean, Lo-Fi was originally supposed to be out this year, and it's not going to be. Um,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
not as
mean,
cut and dry. There's a lot of
when I
games.
say originally, I mean like way back when. So I guess Lo-Fi is not really the best example, but I mean those other games I mentioned are all very highly anticipated games. I'm not so sure Lone Echo 2 deserves to win that game, but who knows? I mean, maybe that's the one that people want the most. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to every one of those that I named a lot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Drillo is getting his feathers ruffled by Scion. He's ready to stab him in the face, because Scion says it's a process of questification for Lone Echo 2. That's why it's taken long. They got to questificate it down, or that's not even a word. They got to lower the graphics down.
Body says the hype for Lone Echo is greater, and that might be true, but I would say that the Firmament, that's a good one, Scion. I would say that there's a difference between hype and anticipation. Hype is kind of a vocal, kind of a media based, community based thing, where anticipation is a very personal thing. I want to know what you are, what's the most highly anticipated for each person, maybe that they're not, out there talking about every day, but uh, when I read down that list of games, which one makes your butthole tingle just a little bit when you think about it?
Yeah, well,
Um,
yeah.
Vertigo 2. I mean that looks awesome to me. Undead Citadel, Sniper Elite, all of them. After the Fall, that's going to be 4-player co-op routes after the Fall,
Yeah, well, I can't wait for that for sure. Yeah,
and
I
then
think that.
Firmament.
Yeah,
I mean,
Firmament. There's so many good games. And I'm just gonna throw this out there, and I'm not really not letting any cat out of the bag with this revelation, just because of what I've said in the past. I'm just really not. I could care less about Lone Echo 2, bro. Out of here. No, just kidding. We'll see. Let us know in the votes for sure.
yeah. Not saying that I don't. I mean, I didn't watch the Lone Echo immersive trailer thing that they put out. I probably should, huh?
Yeah, and my thing is I just the story, and maybe because I didn't finish it because there's so many other things, I just never really got that into Lone Echo, and so Lone Echo 2 is, and I think it's again kind of like the Half-Life Alex thing, because we didn't play Half-Life series, it wasn't that big a deal. So because I wasn't in on the Lone Echo when everybody was in on it, and it was the best game in VR, and it was so realistic, and ever Olivia and just all that crap, right? With no gameplay, well, little gameplay. Walking sim. I guess there is gameplay. No, it's fake news there, but I just didn't. It was okay. It was just okay for me. But that doesn't negate that for other people that are super psyched for it. They can tell me you're full of crap, Roots, and I'll
Yeah,
tell you you're wrong.
I need to. I've got Revive up and running. That's one I need to
Yeah,
go in with the G2, right? Because
yeah,
I was
absolutely.
playing it. I was playing Lone Echo on my Quest 2 before my G2 got here. So I probably should go ahead and just pick right up where I left off.
It'll probably blow you away on the G2, right?
You would think if it runs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you've got a 3080, so you should be able to run it. I hope.
Well, there's a thing with the 3080 drivers that causes it to crash if the graphics card clock's too high, and my card is factory overclocked. So I
They
mean,
need to fix that shit, dude. That's BS, bro.
yeah, it's not just with G2; it's with like a lot of flat games too. It's doing it. So
No, I'm sure it's the video cards. That's what I was reading. So, but at least it's a driver issue. I mean, that's the best case scenario, right?
yeah, but I mean, there's supposedly a fix for it. Like you're supposed to be able to go into like some NVIDIA debug tool and run something, and it'll fix it. I just haven't cared enough to do it because it really hasn't been that big of an issue for me. Like most of the stuff I try to play runs. So
Yeah, true.
um, if it crashes, I just grab the Quest instead.
Yeah, and it's close enough, right? Just not as good.
Yeah, I mean, well, G2's better, but I mean, it's just so easy to grab the Quest and put it on, quick virtual desktop and start playing.
Yep. All right.
All right, so we're approaching 2 hours here. I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit on these. We're about halfway through them. New socks award. This one was the old shoe award last year,
Mm.
Roots.
The new socks. I like that. New socks do feel good, bro.
They
Feel
do.
nice and
They do, don't
crisp,
they?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So new socks award best feeling gameplay in VR. I mean, there's a lot that can. A lot of the games we've already talked about. In Death, Jupiter, God, Half Life, Alex. I mean, all that feels really good to play.
Yeah, don't forget my
Um,
baby. Population One
man,
feels real
Pop One.
good.
That's true. Tesla Award, most innovative gameplay. So this is interesting, Roots, because this is an award given for gameplay the likes of which we've never seen before.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. One pops to my head right off the bat. I'm having trouble finding the actual scene name of it, but we've talked about it a couple times here. But Jupiter, man, it's just so different than anything I've ever done. It was really cool. I don't know why I've
I would
not
agree with
seen that.
that. I would agree that Jupiter God very innovative. I would say that the 1979 Back to Midway is a very innovative game
Yeah,
and very different. You don't see games like that every day.
yeah.
Um,
Good Goliath was
Good
completely different,
Goliath,
right? The throwing
absolutely.
mechanism was totally
Yeah,
different.
and I mean, for that matter, we had Jenny and Thaco, which was a brilliant blend of genres.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, there's a lot of good ones here, and even how about this, Roots? How about Phantom Covert Ops? When have you ever played a game that was like that? I mean that game was completely original. Everything that it did was completely original, and one of the most immersive games I've ever played. Phantom Covert Ops, very immersive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Uh, VR Spry Guy says marathon episode. I can only imagine how long the actual 2020 show is going
Oh
to be.
God.
Well, here's the thing. If you go back and watch the 2019 show, you're going to realize that we don't discuss every category. We go down the line, we name winners. We have segments, right? So we'll have a segment with like 5 to 10 awards in it. We'll go down the line. We will read off winners, name them, and then with the last one in the segment, we'll discuss. Like it'll be one of these that really it was a hard decision. We'll explain our thinking. We'll explain how the votes went and why we chose the one we chose. Then we'll give away a game.
Yeah, the giveaway is what's Oprah takes most of the time because she just so I that's the thing I don't like about Oprah. She takes her time, bro. Like just throw those game things out fast, but
But yeah, you're right. And I've got some. I've got an idea or two on new ways to go about giving the keys out this year too. We'll still do the old stuff like we did before, but um, I got a new idea of a kind of a competition of sorts that will be super fast and fair for everyone
cool.
and fun.
Yeah,
Fun. That's the most important thing. So we'll talk about that when we're doing our hardcore show planning
cool.
here in a few days. But where does that leave us at? New Socks
Amy
gives
Winehouse.
way to the Tesla Award, Most Innovative
Oh,
Gameplay,
yep.
to the Amy Winehouse Award. That's right, the most addictive VR game of the year. And this one, this was a user suggestion. This is a new category.
Well, it's a good one, man. And I know for me which game would win. For specifically for my own personal addictiveness. That's not even a word. But there's so many good games out there that are addictive. Unchained, man, this is an addictive game, right?
Unchained, Pop One, 1979, Return to Midway. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I mean, there was a lot of really get you hooked kind of games this year.
yeah, absolutely.
I'd say Unchained probably grabbed me like nothing else did.
What about this one?
I'm not looking
Good
at this
Goliath.
window. Oh yeah, dude, I played all the way through that. It hooked me so hard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, exactly. Good one. And I want to throw back really quick while I'm thinking about it. The playable DLC that we didn't mention. Um, Headmaster had a new playable DLC that came out this year.
Oh yeah. That's your baby, right? That's why you love this game because it so has that same like feel as Headmaster, right?
Addictive, yeah, addictive gameplay. That's why I thought about it. Like the Headmaster Lost Lessons came out this year.
When is the just on a side note, when are they releasing the VR patch for the Microsoft simulator for flight simulator, or is it already out? Because I just saw Skiba
They
logging into it.
are they are releasing that yesterday.
Ooh, I'm going in there, Wes. I just saw Skiba going in there, so I figured it must have been soon.
Let
I'm
me tell you,
excited.
Roots, it's hungry, Roots,
Is it?
and
Oh man.
no people aren't being able to feed it very well. I mean,
Uh
it's really hungry. The good news about it is though, it appears that the Quest with the link cable handling it better than a lot of headsets.
okay. So I'll have to look into it. I know Overg's is probably already doing it, but
Yeah, but it's live right now.
yeah, Lincoln Clay says it's already out, and well, that's good. I did not know that, and you know why I didn't know that, Wes? There
Because
was
you didn't
no
work
virtual
today.
strangers this week.
That's right.
Otherwise, I would have
Well,
known from your news that you report every Sunday, and that's exactly why that show is so important, so you can keep up on
yep.
what's going on.
Importante.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Um, the Phantom Menace Award, most overhyped VR release, most overhyped. So this means everybody got up for this game, super excited for it, and fuck, shouldn't have got so excited for it. I think right off the top of my head, I think about Folio Dear Father and the way it crushed my soul this year.
I'm triggering a couple people right now, like Gerillo. I just queued up the Half Life Alex. Um,
Hey man, you're not the only one to say that.
yeah, I mean it was hyped, but it was a little overhyped. But I'll tell you what, excellent game, excellent game.
It is an excellent game, and it was overhyped. Absolutely true.
Yeah,
I mean, people thought that game was going to be the messiah of VR, right? It was going to it was gonna. I mean, we were gonna have Rockstar Games making VR games now just because of what Half Life Alex did
And
overnight.
some people still say that it is the best game, but this is a great contender for this one.
The
Let the
next
city
word
burn,
is.
bro.
I
Onslaught.
need to. Oh, Onslaught. Yeah. See, I don't have the Zoom thing up in front of me anymore. I'm looking at Discord right now, so I can't see what you got
No, it's
there.
all
But
good.
yeah, Onslaught's another good one. Overhyped, and y- I mean, some people would say Medal of Honor as well was overhyped, but I mean, it's kind of making a comeback here in the later days.
Radio Runt was at the Holiday Lights at Magic Mountain. You son of a bitch! I want to be there. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you're here, Radio Runt. And Lincoln Clay says Microsoft Flight Sim ran super janky in VR for him. Lincoln, what are you running? What's your statistics on your computer? Because I want to know if it's even worth going into with my 8700K and my 2080. Now, granted, both of those are overclocked, so my 2080 is not quite 2080. It's more like a 2080 Ti stock, but I don't know. Maybe.
Traveling Man points out that Rockstar is supposed to be working on a VR title. They are. It's actually one of their subsidiaries, I think in Australia or New Zealand. Uh, uh, the same people that did LA Noir are gearing up to do another VR title that Rockstar is going to publish.
Some
So,
people
yeah.
rumors GTA 6, but it's so far out. I don't know how anybody could know.
No, I think it would be more likely in VR that we get a re-release if it's going to be a GTA game, like a re-release of an older one.
That would be cool. I would be GTA 5 would be fine. Even GTA 4 with Nico was pretty cool. So
Yeah, I'll take it all, bro. Whatever they want to give me. Lincoln Clay says 2070 and a 9700K.
well, I'm fucked.
So
It's the
uh
processor that's really hungry for the as far as of
well
what I've run.
here's the thing, Roots. Is processor performance wise is right about on par. He may have you just by a little bit. It's an 8 core processor, the 9700K, but it is only 8 threads, where your 6 core processor has 12 threads. So it's
Oh,
difficult to say which one would run that game better. It really depends on how the game is put together.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to find out. And I'll let you all know in the discussion for the Patreon stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it out too, but I'm gonna do it after I install my new chip, which is actually something I'm gonna do tonight.
Son of a
Uh,
bitch. I
yeah,
want a new processor too. Santa, please. Somebody.
yeah, yeah.
Somebody,
Santa
please.
Claus, hook it up, bro.
Yeah, hook me
But
up,
yeah,
Santa.
that's my plan for the after show tonight. I'm going to rip my computer apart and hope that I don't kill it.
I'm gonna put it out there right now. You're not going to. You're
Thank
gonna.
you.
It's gonna
Appreciate
go
that.
smooth. It's gonna be the easiest installation you've ever had, bro.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see here. That was the Phantom Menace Award. We are moving on to the JFCF Award. This one born out of one of our episodes. This is the Jank Fest Clusterfuck Award, Roots, and I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. There's a lot of games that fit into this category.
Now,
Nothing.
my question is, do early access launches count toward this?
Well, I would think so because, like, even if it's early access, like, there's games that have came out that early access that are so polished that you're like, I don't even know it's in early access. I don't think early access gives them carte blanche to have a janky release. I mean, obviously the biggest one that I've seen so far that I can think of is this one, just because it's a lot of it's the expectations of the developers, right? Like you give a little bit more leeway to some of these indie guys, but fucking Respawn and EA, dude. EA 2 games in a row come out like janky as fuck, Squadrons and then this. And don't get me wrong, both games are amazing and both games have been fixed, but like there's just certain developers you expect that are gonna at least game test it, and then you wonder what happened. So
Right. Well, I have others in mind. I don't want to throw people under the bus. We'll see how the votes fall.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. Like I said, it's not even about throwing under the bus. There's a lot of games that were released this year, and they shouldn't have been released in the form they were done.
I
And that's
agree
what's
with
cool
that.
about the ones like Walking Dead and Alex and stuff. That when they released, they were just phenomenally perfect when they came out. Just shows a good developer. So
Absolutely. The Back to the Future Award, the 2020 release that was most likely to be a success in 2016. So the game that really probably shouldn't have been released this year probably should have came out 3 years ago and we would have loved it, but it didn't. It came out this year and we were underwhelmed.
yeah, and there's a few of those out there as well.
Yeah, definitely. Um, John Riggs Award, Best Retro Nostalgic VR Game of the Year. We had some great ones. I mean, we had, of course, 1979
Oops,
Return
this is
to
not the
Midway,
one.
or was it? Yeah, and then there was Pixel Rip 1995.
Yeah, that's what's funny is that's what this scene was supposed to be was Pixel Ripped 1995. Because I still radio runt, bro. Like I'm begging you, try Pixel Rip, dude. Like you're missing out as a VR veteran, as somebody that loves different types of VR games, even though this isn't your bag, bro, you're missing out. And both of the games.
Agreed. Agreed. Very much so. Johnny Come Lately Award, Best New IP. Now, I want to clarify this. This doesn't mean your favorite game, your best new favorite game. The best new IP is the best new intellectual property, which means this is the best candidate not only to have a great first game, but to have multiple future games, sequels, or other
Mm,
games in the franchise. The best new IP, the best new idea for a game series.
okay. So that
Uh,
changes what I
so
just put. So there's actually a few, right?
yeah,
So
I would say Phantom Covert Ops jumps out really right off the top. I'd say that Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is the same way, even though I think we kind of have to disqualify it based on the fact that the Walking Dead IP is not a new IP. It's new
right.
to VR, but it's not a new IP. So Phantom Covert Ops jumps out. Uper de Grad, I would put out there as another one. I think Ven VR is an excellent choice in this category as well.
Yeah, because I'm already halfway through the game and I want the next one to come out. And I know I haven't been to the third world, but developers, if you didn't include a minecart level, like a roller coaster level or a swimming level, that I want in the sequel because that those are my favorite levels in every type of whether it was Donkey Kong, or Diddy Kong, or any of that stuff. I just love those levels.
So yeah, this one we're going to look for some guidance on because there were some great ones this year. Great IPs that I really hope get to well, we get to see more titles from in the coming years.
So let me
So
ask you this, Wes. Spry Guy just asked a good question. Is the Pixel Ripped for Radio Run? Because he's like, maybe I should check them out. Is it on Viveport Infinity? Or either of those games on Viveport Infinity? Or do you know off the top of your
I
head?
don't know, but I do know that a little bird told me that there might be some keys floating around during the 2020 show.
Ooh, there you go, Radio Run. Well, I'll tell you what, man, those are amazing keys to get if that rumor is correct.
Right. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. He said he tried the first game and he wasn't into it. Well, I get that. This game is better than the first one, not only because obviously the developer's grown, but it's based on a better era of gaming,
Hmm.
where the first game was kind of built around the original Game Boy games. Uh, this this title is built around our introduction into 3D gaming. So like, uh, I mean, we've got Castlevania, we've got so many great. I mean, Road Rash. There's a Road Rash level on this thing. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, and
to
that was
say the
that's
least.
what I was gonna say. It is on 89 is on Viveport Infinity and 95 is coming soon.
There you go. Um, And that brings us to the Bruce Jenner Award, Best Crossplay. So, Bruce Jenner Award, this was a suggestion in the Discord with a different name. I felt the name that it was given in the Discord was a bit topical, a bit
Too close to
today.
comfort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a bit today. I mean, it was a name that I didn't recognize 2 weeks ago. I didn't know who it was. So likely to not recognize it in 6 months from now either. So I feel like people know who Bruce Jenner Award, um, who Bruce Jenner is, and it's a better fitting name for the Crossplay Award.
I agree.
Crossplay being games that you can play across platforms, so you can play the same game on different platforms with each other.
Yeah, and
We have
there's
some
actually
good,
quite a few out there, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, right off the bat, Population One sticks out.
Yeah. Well, and what's cool is that it's starting to become a trend. It doesn't matter if it's, outside of VR or not. Xbox playing with PlayStation 5 years ago just didn't happen. Now everything is cross-play. And of course, in VR, it matters even more because you want that player pool, especially in multiplayer. So,
Star Wars Squadrons. You can
yeah.
play with flat players in that one.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is I've been having a lot of people hitting me up to join that, to play. I still have yet to play any squadrons in multiplayer. So,
Yeah, that's me. I did the multiplayer training, but never actually played any multiplayer in it.
and I got my HOTUS, dude. It's right over there, just sitting there. It's dusty.
Yeah, we got to do something about that.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so that's a Bruce Jenner Award. That moves us on to the Top Ramen Award, another one from the Discord. Best Budget Value VR Game of the Year. So this doesn't necessarily have to be like super cheap. We're looking for value here. We're looking for like the game that you paid X amount of dollars for and you played it and said, "Man, I can't believe this game only costs this much."
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny too? It also means like you could say, well, Roots, dude, this Half-Life Alex was the most expensive that every game that's out there, $60, but you also have to take into consideration all the extra mods and gameplay, value. It could be amount of hours, different things you could play, like Half-Life Alex, there's all those different mods, dreams, totally. You got hours upon hours of stuff to check out, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, I agree that those are definitely good value propositions. You're going to have a hard time convincing me that Half Life Alex at $60 is the best budget slash value,
wow.
because I remember how I felt when I played it. I wasn't happy about buying it, so at that price,
Yeah.
I was
But
happy to play it. I was not happy to buy it. So
yeah, but think about it this way though. If you were watching Virtual Strangers as somebody that just came into the show, first show, and we're talking about Half-Life Alex and we're talking about all the mods, and you're like, well shit, there's all these different experiences. Yeah, it's $60, but I'm not getting just one game. You got the game on day one where it was just Alex, man. That was it. And I agree, it's $60, but as they each and every different thing that gets released, especially even the lost episodes or whatever, if it's good enough, it does increase that value of the game exponentially, just like any game that has uh, modded content, right? Because you're just constantly getting more and more content for that game.
yeah, I get it. I'm not saying that those are bad value propositions. I don't know that I would consider them the best value propositions when there's games like Jupiter Grad out there for like $12 or whatever it came out for,
Oh, absolutely.
super cheap, and it was like one of the best games that came out this year.
There's so many games out there. Well, and that's the beauty is like for someone like Derulo, this Half-Life Alex will probably be 90% of his votes.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean it's
Blaston,
going to
ten
win.
bucks. Blaston was $10, says Brandon.
Yes, I never tried Blast On. I don't think so. I know we had.
Grip, yeah, Grip's an interesting one because you can get it for cheap, but it's not because it's cheap. I mean, that's a $30 game. You can find it on sale.
Right. And if
It's
we
kind of a
can't go
different
down that
thing,
road because every game could be
right?
found on sale, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So top ramen, we go to the Jumanji Award, most immersive game of the year. I feel like this is a short list, Roots. I feel like Half Life Alex. I feel like The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. I feel like Phantom Covert Ops. I feel like that's pretty much my list right there for different reasons, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it might even change, Wes, for you. I mean, I guess it won't change, but like your headset can make a difference, right? You've even said there was a couple games you've gone into, and because it was so clear, it was so immersive. So
Right. So Half Life Alex, I would call like an audio visual immersion. Like everything looks so good and realistic. It creates and it's detailed too. Like the world is very interactive, and you know you can throw paint cans off banisters and it'll spill on the road. You know, it's an immersive game. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners also very immersive, a little more realistic physics, a lot more detailed character interactions. And I mean, you have stuff like the 3D audio is just amazing in this game, and you have things like voice immersion where you talk and the world hears you. The walkers come after you when you speak in real life. If you're in a big room and you're speaking, you hear your voice echo through the house. That's very immersive. And then you have Phantom Covert Ops, which is just the 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 gameplay itself and the really it's the atmosphere and the lighting in that game has a lot to do with the immersion as well.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's definitely cool.
So I've definitely got a favorite there. I'm not going to sway people's opinions, but yeah, man, three great ones right there for you to debate.
Yep, absolutely.
Coming down to the end here, just a few left. We have the DIY award, best user created game or experience. So, Roots, this could be like a fan game. You've got a lot of this stuff on side quest. Most likely, it's either going to be something that was made in Source 2, like a Half Life Alex mod, or something that was made in Dreams. And there are phenomenal examples in both. I look forward to seeing some votes in the Discord here so I can go check out some of these.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, dude. Especially someone like from Alex and Jorillo, man. They know all the Half Life Alex ones, right?
Yeah, right off the bat, the Lost Case sticks out. Borishkaya kick sticks out, and then when I think about Dreams, I think about Tectonic and how good it was.
Mm,
Um, well, I mean, there's lots of good stuff.
cool.
All right, then we come to the Tarantino Award. The Tarantino Award is the Indie VR Game of the Year. So again, I mean, we gone over it a bunch of different times. There were some great indie games that came out this year. I think about In Death. I think about Jupitergrad. I think about um, Ven VR Adventure, um, and I could keep going, but those ones are the first ones that really popped up to me there.
Yeah, absolutely. Good ones.
All right, and from there we have our games of the year. Each platform gets one: PSVR, Quest, PC VR, and then there's an overall uh, game of the year. So PSVR games of the year, Roots. This might be the most difficult platform to pick a game of the year for because even though it was probably the slowest you know, is in terms of month to month, day to day, week to week releases this year, you know, for obvious reasons. It's, you know, a new console transition. They're focusing on PS5 instead of PSVR, so it makes sense. But in spite of all that, Roots, there were some amazing best of all time type releases on PSVR this year, uh, as in The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, as in Marvel's Iron Man VR, as in Dreams. Just some amazing stuff that came out on PlayStation VR this year, and I honestly don't know which one of those to pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's a lot of them, and I mean, I've got a couple that I lean towards. I mean, they're usually pretty big IPs, but um, I never tried Iron Man, but people swear that it's amazing. Walking Dead, you know, there's there's so many good ones that Squadrons. Like I don't even know. I don't. It's gonna be
Ah, dude, good call. How could I leave Squadrons off the list? That's an amazing PSVR game, and it wasn't like broken and janky at launch like it was on PC.
yeah, yeah. So there's a lot. It's gonna be a good discussion for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brandon's in the chat here going off like with Shooty Skies Overdrive, a great value for $10. Blast On as a most innovative concept. It really is an innovative dueling game that we haven't seen anything like that in VR. Upity Rod was his favorite, I guess, for the Indie VR Game of the Award. What I would say to you, Brandon, be sure you're voting, bro, because your chat here really cool, adding to our discussion right now. Doesn't count unless you go onto the Discord and put it in the writing there, and then you're making a difference in who the winners might be.
Oh, I was just looking at Moose Life 420, bro. I didn't even think about this one when I was thinking of the 420 award.
That's exactly what I was thinking of when I said I hands down have a favorite for this one. It was Moose Life. Also, though, I was thinking of Terminus because it was game or experience. It wasn't just game.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's so weird, right?
Yeah.
Dude, like I've gone into it a couple times with my Quest too, even, and it was like, man, this thing is just it's so bizarre but cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, some of these awards too, a game that we overlooked that could fit a lot of these categories um, that we really didn't talk about was the Down the Rabbit Hole. Like
Yeah,
I feel that's kind of like uh, a candidate for the 420 award as well.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and I mean, again, there's others that it fits. Art style was really good in that. The 3D audio was really good in that. Storytelling. I mean, that's definitely a contender in the storytelling category, right?
Yeah, best character 4.5. Most empathy for a character. No, I
Yeah.
didn't have the most empathy, but definitely good.
All right, so Quest game of the year. Again, I say In Death Unchained. I say The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Maybe Tetris Effect. Roots. What about you? Oh, Phantom Covert Ops. Yeah, those are kind of the four for me. You want to add anything to that?
Oh, I thought. I mean, I know Cyan would not say. I mean, obviously, Population One. I'm just gonna put that every time out there for everything.
Yeah,
Mist is an
Population One's
amazing
good.
game as well.
Hmm.
Some people might think this is the best game as well. Lies Beneath was an amazing game for the Quest.
Oh,
Quest has
dude,
just been had such a phenomenal year, bro.
I'm just brain farting left and right. All three of those deserve to be on this list, and they deserve to be on their specific genre list. For example, Lies Beneath. We didn't even mention it for like the Nope Award, but
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean
yeah,
that's
that's
a
true.
damn good one, right? You know.
Yeah, that's very crazy in that game. Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, good ones all around here. And Mist, another one with the storytelling, but again, it's storytelling, not necessarily story.
Hmm.
Mist has a great story, but the storytelling is kind of it's choppy, you know.
That's true. Spry Guy says if Cyan was here, he would say there is no Quest game of the year, and that's a good point. He probably would say he'd be wrong. But he would say that.
Yeah, you'd be very very wrong.
Yep.
Um, Pop One set VR on fire. I agree, Lincoln Clay, and that's why we're going to talk about that one. right now as part of the PCVR Game of the Year discussion because I think it absolutely deserves to be part of the Quest Game of the Year discussion. I think it deserves to be part of the PCVR Game of the Year discussion. I think it deserves to be part of the 2020 VR Game of the Year overall discussion. Population One, absolutely. It's the game of the day, isn't it?
It's blowing up. And what's funny is like I've heard a lot of people saying they got the Quest 2 just to play this game, and it's flooding so many people into VR. And there's this is one of the things we kind of alluded to in the Discord. There's more to just a game as than the way it looks, the story, replayability. There's what is it doing for the community? What is it doing for VR as a whole? Is it bringing people in? There's a lot of things to consider, and I'm not saying that any one of those are going to be. I mean, everything gets considered into it. Some are more important than others, but it's all important. So
Well, that's the thing, right? That's always the debate when we talk about game of the year, and we'll get to that in a moment when we talk about the overall game of the year. But really quickly for PCVR, the obvious candidates: Population One, Half Life Alex, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. I would say Lies Beneath. I would say Phantom Covert Ops. Pretty much the same stuff for the Oculus Quest, only add in Half Life Alex. You know.
yeah, absolutely.
And then 2020 VR game of the year overall. Again, now this one's interesting, right? Because we have our everything we just mentioned for PC VR, which was the same for Quest. A lot of the titles on both platforms, but then the PSVR games deserve to be in the discussion here. Dreams deserves to be in the discussion here. Iron Man deserves to be in the discussion here with games like Half Life Alex, with games like The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. And there's a lot of what you were just talking about is true. There's a lot of things to take into consideration. Of course, the obvious, which game is the funnest to play? And for me, well, I don't want to say it. We've already had this discussion before. There's everybody's favorite, which I would agree is a beautiful game, but my favorite to play is kind of different than what a lot of people's is. And there's a lot of people that agree with me. I don't know they're going to show up in the Discord and vote or not, but from our YouTube comments, I know there's a lot of people that agree with me. Now, that's just one aspect, though. Which one was the funnest to play? Because we also have to take into effect, or into account rather, which game is going to have the lasting impact on the industry. And that's a very different story, right? Because games like Half Life Alex, and Dreams are definitely going to have a longer lasting impact on the industry than these other games are. But then again, Population One is going to make an impact in its own right, right?
Yeah, it all matters. Replayability. I mean, there's just so many things to consider, and that's why we need your votes because we know I know what I want and I know what Wes wants, but we don't know what you want. So
Brandon asked, "Did Walkabout Mini Golf make any lists?" Well, here's the thing, or Brandon, we don't make lists for people to choose from. We're just kind of giving our ideas out here as suggestions, but the voting is open. So you can vote Walkabout on every category if you want to.
hmm,
But since you're asking, it did come up for the Gateway Drug Award,
hmm.
best first dose of VR, basically the best demo title. um, People did bring up and vote for Walkabout. So
Yeah, it's a good
yeah,
game.
but yeah, when it comes to the overall game of the year, we have the fun factor, we have the lasting impact factor, we have the draw factor. How many people is it going to bring into VR? How many people has it brought into VR? That's also a factor. And then we have the technical achievement of it because games on this list are absolutely technical achievements that have never been accomplished before in video games. So a lot to consider here, and uh, a lot of different facets to this discussion. So this is what Roots and I are going to be talking about. We're going to be breaking it down like this. Again, patrons, if you want to, participate in this and be there as we determine the winners, watch the Patreon, watch your emails. We're going to be getting to it in less than a week, so stay tuned.
Yeah, and if you can't be there live, don't worry. It should be. I guess we'll probably leave it up there for the Patreons as well to watch back, right? So
Yeah, if it's something that we can easily record, then we will record it and make a money show out of it or something.
yeah, cool.
Anyway, so that's the list, guys. Those are the categories. This is your assignment if you choose to accept it. Also, part of that assignment, if you haven't already, click the big red button to subscribe and don't forget the bell so you know when the 2020 show is coming. Don't miss the awards. Don't miss the giveaway. So much more too that we do, Roots. A lot of fun stuff. It's the fun episode of the year, right?
Yeah, it's fun for everybody, and you want to be there. You don't want to miss out on it. And like Wes said, if you're not in the Discord, it's hard to vote. So get in the Discord, vote, join today. Actually, you know what's cool is like you see people join that you didn't even really they've been around forever, dude. You've seen these names for a year and a half and you're like you're just joining now? Like you need to be in here. So,
Yeah, absolutely. So find the invitation down in the description, join the Discord, and you got to vote. It's your right. And if you don't exercise your rights, you lose your rights.
yeah.
So be sure to get in there and vote. Again, big thanks to the Patreons or the patrons rather. You got me saying it your way now, Roots.
Mm,
Uh, Big thanks to the patrons, not only for their ongoing monetary support, but many of them also donated keys for the giveaway. So, double thanks on that note. Big shout out to Eric Smasher. Hope you feel better, buddy. Hope you lick the vid. He's got the vid, guys. So, keep him in your prayers. But he seems to be in good spirits and on the mend.
I like how you called him Eric Smasher because it's Masher, but um, it's Smasher. It's stuck, and I think of him
Smasher.
as
Yeah.
Johnny Five, and then he's also Mash Daddy Cool. But yeah, dude, it's funny because like I said, you said that's it. Like you said it, I think of that every time. It's a perfect porn name, Eric Smasher. You got to do it, Mash Daddy. Um, let's see it. Well, I don't want to
You
see it,
can
but
do it.
yeah, you can do it, bro.
Anyway, big thanks to everyone in our community for supporting us through another awesome year here on the channel and in the community. Stay tuned, not only for the 2020 show, but what's going on beyond that. I know you've heard us say it before, but we really mean it this time. We've got some stuff lined up that we really think you're going to dig. So stay tuned. You're going to be surprised what we've been working on.
Yep.
And beyond that, I'd like to take the opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a very Happy New Year, and our deepest thank yous once again for supporting us and giving us the motivation to keep doing this because we absolutely love it.
Yeah, the community is the best part. You guys are the best. So we appreciate it.
Anyway, we will be back, friends. I don't know that we will do another one of these style episodes before the end of the year. Very highly unlikely. But definitely going to do some more gameplays, so stay tuned for that. Definitely keep your eye on the channel because we're going to post the ultimate date and time of the 2020 show well in advance so you know when it's coming. It was on New Year's Day last year. If I had to bet, I'd bet on New Year's Day again this year, but it could be a day earlier or a day later than that, depending on how our schedules fall.
Yep, absolutely.
Anyway, with that said, friends, I'd like to thank you all once again for watching and for Roots. I'm Wes. Have a Merry Christmas. Bye bye.
Take it easy.